at me. I think we can all agree. Everybody's pissed at me. Very justifiably. Everybody's pissed at your friends are pissed, your partners pissed, your mother's pissed, your lawyer's pissed, your waiter's pissed, your dog is pissed. Everybody's pissed at me.
What the hell was that? Can't we have anything nice? We just started the show and you're... What are you, groaning?
You're just saying it was true.
Oh.
Why? Why would anyone ever be mad at you? You're such an agreeable person.
First 8 phone calls I got yesterday and/or
On a
emails
Sunday?
were all
Oh, man.
some financial crisis. I've had it.
Yeah.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show.
By the way, can I borrow $40?
40? Oh, it's less than 4 figures. I'm in. 40 I can handle.
Today is Ellie's birthday.
My goodness.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
According to my calculations, 13 years ago today she was born.
Why not?
Or 27 years ago. I'm not sure. Hi, Tom.
Chick.
Happy birthday, Els. Hi, Christy.
Hi, Chick.
Hi, Josh.
Hi, Chick. Happy birthday, Ellie.
Hi, Willie.
Hey, Chick. Happy birthday.
Hi, Ace. Ace got the official fire shirt on. I like that. Hello, Pat Godwin.
Hey, Chick. Happy birthday, Ellie.
Yep.
Happy birthday, Ellie.
Looking good, Christy. Ace, what is your
Thanks.
shirt? I can't see it from here. What is it now?
Just a fire rescue shirt.
Oh, cool.
Our
Okay, very
department,
good.
he likes that show. What show you and Josh watch? What is that? Rescue?
We watched 911,
yeah.
and we watched 911
Lone Star.
Lone Star.
Just the title alone.
That's terrible. It is terrible.
Hey, Rob Lowe's and Cripple.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't Scott Bakula in 911, or is that a CSI?
That's NCIS New Orleans.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, who'd want to miss that?
There's many good. There's lots of good television out there, Tom. Unfortunately, this is not.
What is it about Law and Order SVU that if you watch one, you have to watch 7?
I have not watched any of those.
Me
yet.
either.
I haven't seen them.
Anytime
ripped from
USA
the
will show them
headlines.
from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
I think it's because
or 12 a.m.
the
rather.
formula is pretty simple. They always wrap up.
Yes.
Unlike life,
Exactly. That's
the
sort
bad
of
guys get caught, and it's
This sounds,
that's a real issue.
formulaic. Yeah.
this sounds like a Tom question, but isn't one of the Ices in that show? Isn't
Ice-T.
Ice-T?
Yes.
Do they know his checkered past as far as dealing with people in law enforcement? And they,
What, did he kill them, you mean?
They made him a cop in a TV show? Or
I think he found out that the checks cashed, and they were very substantial. And let's just let bygones
He's been there like
be
20
bygones.
years, too.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, we have a lot of interesting things happening in the world. Today is the 27th of July, 2020. The whatever this is continues.
Yeah.
Every once in a while you forget. Get out of your car, walk up to a store, and realize, oh, damn.
I bet you forget your mask every
Back to the
time
car.
you get
Yeah.
out of the car. Yeah.
Yeah, because I had a long drive yesterday, and it's kind of nice. You're in the car, you're in a different world, listen to whatever you're listening to.
You're jamming on your tunes, man.
You forget about it. Then one of the girls had to stop to go to the bathrooms, pulled into a rest area, get out of the car. We're going, oh, I forgot. But then you realize, something? In a highway rest area, a mask helps a little bit.
You are exactly right.
Because those places are a little funky, as they are.
As far as we've come in the
Glad that they're
area
there.
of technology with everything, they can't make a nice smelling
Oh, they're okay. I mean, they're all in the middle of nowhere.
side
so
of
they
the
have to
road
have
outhouse.
They had a
some
big...
variation of a what is it? They don't have any plumbing, I guess.
Among the many reasons I'm proud to be a Buckeye, at one point, the state of Ohio had voted the worst roadside
Oh, really?
conveniences in the United States of America.
That's right.
They had actual outhouses for the longest
Oh,
time.
my.
Like 20 years ago, I think they still had outhouses. Yeah. And then one of the governors said, maybe we should take a look at this. Yeah.
Oh,
You know that industry is really booming right now because they're trying to figure out a way to make safer bathrooms because of the coronavirus pandemic. There was a big story on CBS Sunday Morning yesterday about toilet technology and all
Well,
the
I did
things
my old
they're doing.
standard. I saw a Starbucks sign, always good for clean restrooms.
Yes.
Got off the freeway, pulled in,
Get some caffeine
shuttered.
going.
Oh, there you go.
Closed.
Yes, Lafayette, or what they're doing up there, but
It's hard to explain.
shuttered.
Hard to explain to the body once you've pulled
Yes,
off.
yeah. The thing is, yes, the preliminary phases, the
Staging has begun.
yes, especially to a 7-year-old.
T-minus.
Yeah, we just had to hover in the woods there.
I don't know what the deal is. Send him another spasm. See what's going on there. Why are we taking care of this?
Look, if you're going to have the sign on the freeway and you're not open, cover the sign. That's my rule. Send someone out there.
Boy, I bet you do. I bet you get amazingly upset when you get off at an exit and there's nothing there, man.
Well, it was there. It was just locked.
I'll get mad when I see a sign for a particular restaurant or something, and I get off, and then as I'm on the exit now, I'm off the highway.
Right.
It'll say to the right, 3 miles.
Yes.
Josh,
Again,
I hate that.
Yes.
I'm with Josh on this.
There
yeah.
should be some kind of thing it should say on the sign.
Right. I don't go now until I see the sign itself, like
Exactly.
the actual.
Did they
lit up-
they actually think we're going to go ahead and drive another 3 miles? We're getting off? Is that what they're
Right.
thinking?
If
Some
the
people will.
aforementioned staging has begun,
Yeah, that's
sometimes you don't have any choice.
True.
And I would imagine that roadside dooging is taking probably at all-time highs
It probably is.
because of the lack of facilities.
Josh, yesterday I was driving home and I got the desire for a fountain Coke. And the story is very boring. Desire fountain Coke, got a fountain. Boy, did it deliver. Out of the park. Haven't had a fountain Coke in a few months, really.
See, isn't that nice?
I love when you have a craving and you go for it and it totally
There's a happy story, Tom.
knocks it out of the park, as you said. That's wonderful.
But check local listings. The humidity was a rock-solid 98 yesterday.
Well, not as high as it is right now.
Yeah, no joke.
It's actually 100 right now. Check local listings. But yeah, there's not the fountain Coke. That's the way to go.
Boy, oh boy.
Yeah, there's
With the
nothing
crushed
better.
ice.
I hadn't had one in a while and it just delivered.
Oh,
It
I'm
was
so
the best.
glad to hear it.
What convenience chain? It's one of them. You can choose crushed ice or barrel ice.
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah. You can choose.
I'm a barrel fan. I
like the barrel ice. Yeah, I got to agree with you.
in the middle thing?
A little bit. Yeah. A little
Okay,
bit.
now, let's see, where were we? Oh, a lot of news in sports today because sports is back. Finally.
Brace yourselves. We have scores.
Really?
There were competitive contests that counted yesterday.
They still felt like fake games.
Sure. There was
weird.
nothing funnier than the Philly fanatic behind home plate messing with the cardboard cutouts. Man, oh man. That was something else.
Yeah, and I read an article about someone who went to Wrigley Field just to sit outside, and all the bars were pretty much empty, and just to get that feel. Real easy to park.
Yeah, I bet.
Nothing like normal. But hey, at least we've got some scores, so we'll certainly look forward to that.
I will say I missed watching the games in the ballpark, and then I watched some baseball on TV on my couch over the weekend.
Yeah.
Forgot how boring that sport is. Oh boy. Stared at my phone the whole
Tom, did you
time.
see any footage of the animated crowd?
No, I did not.
You're all excited about this.
I happened to
never.
flip on a game
I haven't
Saturday
seen it
night, and they were doing the wave.
Oh, that's cool.
No kidding.
So this is CGI or something?
Something like that, yeah.
What
Fox.
network is doing that?
Fox.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does it look like people or they look like cartoons?
Kind of cartoonish to me.
Well, I know that we have a story about one of the photographs of a dog being actually. By the way, no dogs were hurt in this. They had dogs out in the outfield. Pictures of the players' dogs.
Really?
And
Yeah, right,
And
yeah.
a guy hit one of them.
That's one of our sports stories.
I know.
Oh.
I hope PETA doesn't overreact to this.
It was a cardboard cutout of it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. You know how those people are. Box store.
In Fortnite, you can dress up your character however you want, and people had a player from Atlanta who could or could not have been Michael Vick, and then they wore the dog as the back. People got furious.
I can understand.
So it doesn't matter if they're real dogs. Fake dogs are up for part.
Boy, that's an upsetting 30 for 30. Watch that Michael Vick. Woo!
Well,
Boy, oh boy.
Vic did his time, chick.
Yeah, he did the crime. He did his time. That's right. And he pays his taxes now. Let's get that straight, okay?
I believe wasn't the
So he drowned a dog or two.
the dog that could hit the paper cardboard dog wasn't that an Atlanta Brave?
I think it was, yeah.
I don't have the story in front of me, but I think that's
Couldn't have hit it more perfectly. Yeah.
Poor little doggy. Dog's okay because it was a cardboard picture of a dog.
But my favorite story in sports coming up, we'll have all the details, is one NBA player said that he had to go attend a funeral with his family.
Well, that's
And then,
not funny. There's nothing
hang on. And then social media caught him at at a gentleman's club in Atlanta.
Oh.
It was a strip joint.
Yeah.
We all grieve in our own ways.
But he said he likes
Uncle Jim would have
he
wanted
likes
it this
the
way.
wings. He likes the wings there.
Well, that might have great wings.
Maybe they do.
You
yeah.
know, this strip club right over here, remember, they always had a great all-you-can-eat lunch buffet. Remember that?
One of the finest breakfasts I ever had was at a strip club.
It's just,
put out good chow, man.
I think the issue is the team gave him a waiver to go to a funeral.
And now he's on quarantine for 14 days. obviously,
man.
because,
Josh, coming to stage 3, Hollandaise.
Do they give the food stripper names?
No.
Not
cinnamon.
Like Galaxy.
I think if you may be right, Pat, it goes the other way.
Like Galaxy seafood salad or something.
Yeah, well, we'll find out about all these things. We have a world record. We're all over the place today. We go back in time to Neanderthal man.
Yep.
Is that what we're doing now?
Do we have to say it like that?
Neanderthal.
It says in the Associated Press pronouncer, it's not Neanderthal, it's Neanderthal. I don't know what the H is for, just to make kids not want to learn how to spell. It's irritating. We also have the Pantheon in the news.
The what?
Pantheon.
I have mine on.
I don't.
I could have sworn you said.
I put my Pantheon one leg at a time, just like everybody else.
I got my Pantheon. I got my pit knife.
Now, I was trying to remember over the weekend. We had a news story last week about hats and about the so-called pith helmet. Now, the pith helmet is the one that you see. It's usually like in Abbott and Costello movies.
That's right.
Like that standard
Safari hat.
Great White Hunter safari hat.
Yes,
Sure.
yeah.
But there's more than just the pith helmet. How does this work?
There's a pith knife. That you have to have with you because,
How does that work?
Oh, it'll cut the pith out of you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. I'm here to. But you know.
By the way, why is it you take one?
My dad
you
came
don't
up with
leave
that
one?
joke when I was like 16. I thought I was going to lose my
That's a
mind.
great joke.
Yeah, you really do leave a leak, don't you? You don't take it.
I'm going to go take a leak.
Yeah.
Really?
Take a shower?
Bottle it up. I can understand.
Take a shower.
Shower.
Yeah, shower.
Let's go with shower. Hey, I just stopped at the roadside. Look what I brought back. Oh, you took them?
Why'd you take it with you? Leave it back there.
That's the whole point. All those fun things coming up. And once again, I think it's important in today's world to examine all the things going on in the world and all the confusion that we have. And remember that, like every corporation now, we have a mission statement, which is as follows. Hey, we know what we're doing. Now, let's talk a little bit about something that might be bothering you right now. It's called ED, erectile dysfunction, and it's been made a lot easier to take care of that because of a pharmaceutical distributor called Roman. This is the real stuff, Viagra, that sort of thing. They got it all. And how does it work? Well, you go take your phone or you take your computer, you go online, and you go to getroman.com/wood. You complete the free online visit with an actual USA physician. And how does it work? Well, you log on, and then within 24 hours, you will be contacted. And then if you are indeed a candidate for these various medications, they'll see if they can figure out which is most appropriate for you and ship it to you with their famous free 2-day shipping. How much is it, Josh?
It's free.
That's what they call it, free 2-day shipping. Thank you very much. You go to getroman.com/wood. Once again, it's a free online visit with an actual physician and something brand new. Today, if you go to getroman.com/wood, if approved, you'll get $15 off your first order of ED treatment. So get part of your life back. That's getroman.com/wood. Once again, a bonus $15 off right now. Get that done today. No embarrassment. You're doing it from the privacy of your home. Getroman.com/wood. Grab your phone, grab your computer, however you want to do it. Getroman.com/wood. Once again, you get part of your life back. And this is the real stuff. Now, also coming up, did you see the cartwheeler in the news?
I did.
Hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Florida man.
Oh.
It's always a Florida man, isn't it?
Cartwheeling. We'll find out who that is coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Good morning, Mark Allison with you on a Monday. It is July 27th, 2020. Thanks so much for joining us. Got a great show on your way, on my way, on the way. Correspondent Jess Hooker, comedian Reno Collier, both zooming in, still social distancing here at the Friga Mall building. You got Tom here, Chick there, Josh, Ace. Then in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom, it's Christy Lee around the corner where fudge is made. You got your Pat Godwin and the Hot Box, Willie Griswold, all in attendance on a Monday. And we'll have more coming up right after this.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Guitarist Peter Green of Fleetwood Mac has passed away at the age of 73. He died in his sleep over the weekend. Stevie Nicks, who joined Fleetwood Mac after Green left in 1971, says her biggest regret is she never got to share a stage with them. Peter Green also wrote the song Black Magic Woman, which is one of Santana's biggest hits. The hip-hop snippet of Chicago's song 25 or 6 to 4 that was used in a U.S. Army ad is now a full-length song. Chicago and rapper Real Name James have released a 2.5-minute version of the tune with new lyrics about finding one's inner warrior. The U.S. Army had used an abbreviated version in November for its What's Your Warrior marketing campaign. Chicago's Robert Lamb, who wrote the original song, says it's exciting to have his song morph into a powerful audio and visual experiences. And for decades, if there was a TV set around, there was a pretty good chance you could find Regis Philbin's face on it. The longtime broadcast icon died of natural causes Friday night, just a month before his 89th birthday. Regis did more than 15,000 hours on the air, earning him recognition in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most broadcast hours logged by a TV personality. And the last surviving lead performer in the movie Gone with the Wind passed away over the weekend. Olivia De Havilland, the beloved doe-eyed actor, died at the age of 104 at her home in Paris. She took home 2 Oscars during her career and behind the scenes challenged Hollywood's contract system, which often tied performers to their deals after they had expired. That's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show is on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
You don't remember Dr. Frank King?
No, I don't remember Dr. Frank King. What did he do with sundials?
Oh, he's a 76-year-old fellow at the Computer Science Institute of Churchill College. Mm-hmm. And, of course, he's chair of the British Sundial Society.
How many people are in the Sundial Society?
That has to be the most boring meeting.
I remember we did this story. Isn't the story essentially people aren't relying on sundials as much as they once were? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, he wants to get young people interested in sundials.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Oh, Monsieur Le Kiki is a very fine cat with a small little head and a little party hat, and he sits very quietly upon the TV set. Monsieur Le Kiki Le Cat. Oh, he ate a robin, he ate a wren, and he ate a tufted titmouse and then a wren again. He is stuffed with feathers like he was then, oh, Monsieur Le Kiki Le Cat. Long before there was cable TV, the reception of the aerial was bad on Channel 3, unless the cat coincidentally sat upon the television. Oh, the years went by, and his soul it did depart, but now he is a knick-knack through the taxidermist art. With a tinfoil flag on his tail eternally. The reception is exceptional upon Channel 3. 'Cause Monsieur Le Kiki is a very fine cat with a small little head and a little party hat, and he sits very quietly upon the TV set. Oh, Monsieur Le Kiki Le Cat.
That was deep, man. Essential morning radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Morning, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, voices of the Pope.
Hey, your pontiffness, how are you?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah.
I'm on the Pope phone in the Pope mobile.
We were talking about road rage.
Well, you know, you just got to learn how to calm it down.
Uh-huh.
Take it easy. We all are brothers out here.
Yeah, that's right.
Hey, idiot, it's the one on the right. Step on it.
621 on the nose at Q95 is the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Christy Lee has the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. We have thunderstorms in the forecast for this afternoon. Sunshine early, high 90. Tonight, scattered thunderstorms, partly cloudy after midnight, low 68. And then for tomorrow, partly cloudy with a high of 84. It's 76 already.
Yeah, and about 90% humidity.
91%. Good guess, Jake. Yeah.
A little
A little sticky.
You know what they say?
moist.
It's a little close, is what they
Yeah.
That's right.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show on this, the 27th of July, 2020. We're here to sort through all the madness and add more of it. Okay, good. Let's just be serious here for a second, and let's not. We have a Chick McGee across the way.
How about ya?
There's Ace Cosby, our engineer. I'm Tom. We're at the big room, socially separated from, well, he's right over there. It's the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair starring Josh Arnold.
Hi there.
Through the glass over there, it's Christy Lee. She's got her own room. It's the Navy Federal Credit Union News room. Willie has his own room over there, somewhat smaller.
He's blazing up, waking and baking.
Yep.
And we have
That's true.
Pat Godwin, just bacon. the kind you eat. I love it. Who doesn't? Let's get some bacon this morning. Now we'll move forward here with there's actual sports in the sports news.
Well, first of all, let's do the fun stuff. And by the way, Christy, get comfortable.
Okay.
We got scores.
Yeah, I know.
We got a sports cast, baby.
I was.
This award-winning. Just box this up and send it to the hall.
I could have slept in.
Lou Williams of the Los Angeles Clippers. You got spunk, Mary. I hate spunk.
Loved that show.
Lou Williams of the Clippers been ordered to quarantine after leaving the bubble to attend a funeral before visiting a strip club. According to Bleacher Report, the issue had not been with the funeral, of course, which he had received an excused absence for, but rather his visit to the Magic City Gentlemen's Club in Atlanta for dinner afterwards.
So there was indeed a funeral.
There was a funeral.
Okay.
Yes, we're not sure who passed away, but he was also for sure at the Gentlemen's Club.
Josh, you put it best. We all mourn in our own way.
Yeah.
Some people to lift their spirits.
Uncle Theo would have wanted it this way.
See strange women take their clothes off and tease them.
Yeah, get a steak.
I remember I went on a road trip with the Pacers on a playoff game. They were playing the Hawks, and everybody was talking about this club in Atlanta, the Gold Club, I think.
Yeah.
People are losing their minds about it. I mean, the players, they were all going, I don't know what, I have my guesses about what was going on there, but man, it was visited by the NBA. And
I imagine for a large enough tip, you get more than the tip in, would be my guess.
Probably, yeah.
Ooh.
Magic City's a very famous strip club. It's in plenty of rap songs. People talk about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was in a sketch group called Magic City, actually.
Well.
Is any stripping?
No, it was.
Okay,
We
good.
did a Bachelor parody show.
I have a question. So this guy thought he could go to a strip club and not be noticed?
In this day of
Hey, who's the
social-
7-foot-tall guy over there?
Yeah. Williams has described that club as being his favorite restaurant, and it even has chicken wings that are named for him on the menu.
Oh, well, then he had to go.
He had to go.
It was kind of his responsibility to go check it out, make sure the quality was up.
Hey, Mom, I've truly made it in life. There's a strip club that has a sandwich named after me.
It says here he's going to be quarantined for 10 days, but I thought it was 14 days for the NBA, but he's quarantined.
Who's going to want to guard him now? Maybe a good move.
True, that's true.
Yeah.
Hey, don't get near Lou unless you want to get the CV.
CV.
Hey, here's a result. Michael Thompson birdied 2 of the last 3, 4 under 67, 2-stroke victory in the 3M Open, the most delicious Open, in Blaine,
Yeah, Quiznos sponsors that,
Minnesota.
right?
Yeah, that's right. Interleague winners yesterday, Yankees, Detroit, and Colorado, Tom. American League winners. These are all competitive games out there during...
They just don't feel like it when you watch it.
That's right, yeah. It kind of seems like a mess. Cleveland, Baltimore, Tampa Bay, Minnesota, Seattle, Oakland, National League, Miami, Pittsburgh, Cubbies, Arizona, Atlanta,
You know what I would do?
San Francisco.
Say you had a really good outing and you're trotting back in to have your team at bat. You've got the ball in your hand. Toss it to one of the kids in the crowd. It's a little cardboard kid. There you go, son.
Wait a minute.
And it bounces off the kid and hits you in the head. That's a great idea.
President Trump will not throw out the first pitch at Yankee Stadium next month, as he had scheduled. A tweet yesterday, Trump blamed the change in plans on his stronger focus on the virus and the pandemic. He called it the China virus in his tweet. Just 3 days ago, Trump revealed during a White House briefing he'd throw the first pitch at Yankee Stadium on August 15th, but he announced it during a tweet yesterday that he cannot make. He'll schedule it for later in the year, which he better hurry because there's not much of a year. Just good. And the NFL Cleveland Browns running back Dontrell Hilliard and safety Javonte Moffett placed on what the NFL's calling the reserve COVID-19 list before training camp is open. The team announced the moves on Sunday night. The team said reserve COVID list players who have tested positive for the virus are being quarantined after having been in close contact with an infected person. The team is not permitted to comment further on the player's roster status because of HIPAA violations, things like that. We can't talk about it. It's a medical situation.
Now, how come they're allowed to talk about regular injuries?
I don't.
Do the players sign off on that?
I think they look at it as gamesmanship. If they don't, let's see if Patrick Mahomes has a twisted ankle. You have to announce that.
But I mean, do the players at some point sign off on the
I think so,
willingness to
for
have
those
that
things.
publicized?
I think so.
They don't always publicize the injuries.
That's true. Belichick is famous for that. Not
FDR too.
Yeah, thank you. A good point.
The blankets. I mean, where the blankets.
That's
right. FDR.
And my favorite story of the weekend, Laurent Duvernay-Tardif of the Kansas City Chiefs has become the first player to opt out of the upcoming NFL season. He's an offensive lineman, the world champ Kansas City Chiefs. He's been working to fulfill his requirements to become a doctor in the offseason. He spent a summer working at a clinic in Canada.
No kidding.
He said the experience...
This is what I think is interesting.
Wow.
NBA guy. He's at a strip club exposing himself to God knows what. This guy is exposing himself to the coronavirus because he's going to be a doctor.
Yeah.
He said
a little classier, don't you think?
Yeah, he said he can't with a good conscience go out there and play and possibly spread the virus, and he's reserving all his energies for his patients.
Wow, that's
all right.
Great guy. And he's a world champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's already won a Super Bowl, so...
Well, all these offensive linemen, they're going to spend the whole game with their face in some guy's chest, and I imagine they're probably...
I would think they would be the most susceptible with the heavy breathing. And
yeah, that's what I think.
But still, I mean, this guy, again, here, draw the distinction. NBA, strip club. NFL, medical school, helping people.
This is, okay,
Well, that's not.
What?
I mean,
that's really apples and oranges.
there are still going to be some NFL players who visit a strip club.
Yeah. And some NBA players who are doctors. I can't name any right now.
Dr. J.
Dr. J,
Yep,
because
there
the way he operated. That's right.
Famous for his...
Man, I love Dr. J. The Virginia Squires. Remember that?
NHL's bubble started.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Yep. All the practicing is done. Now they are in the bubble up in Canada.
Yeah, ice melted, though.
Yeah, the ice.
More of an igloo.
Ice melted. Yeah, exactly.
Don't you want to do a good job? Is there
I'm just seeing like some guy sitting in a Zamboni with 6 inches of water surrounding it going, uh-oh.
Who turned up the air conditioner?
That sounds like a Larson.
Now, did you see Fauci? He's got his own baseball card.
Will you wait?
You can't.
Sorry.
Braves, Adam Duvall of the Braves hit a cardboard dog with a home run.
Did he win something?
He should have a full
He
year.
won a goldfish.
Yeah. He drilled a cardboard likeness. The dog's name is Willow, and she belongs to Mets All-Star Jeff McNeil.
Oh, Willow.
She's a good baby. She was one of 3 cardboard dogs propped up in the first row behind the right field wall.
She's a good dog, but a terrible fielder. Dropped the ball.
Big sweetie. This happened on Saturday.
That's fun.
Pittsburgh Pirates manager.
No, wait a second. No. Did you see this?
I did.
Yeah. See, the dog was in the lower level.
Sure.
He only won a goldfish. Had it been in the upper level, he would have won that gigantic stuffed animal that's all dusty on the top shelf.
Man.
And a big screen TV.
But if he hits 2 more lower level home runs, he can trade up for that upper level.
You ever see that guy at the park carrying around the bear bigger than he is?
Yes.
Yeah, you've been that guy, haven't you?
I have been that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had.
Did you win that for your lady?
No, my son Charlie won it, and it would not fit in the rental car that I had. I'm not kidding. You remember this, Willie?
Did you leave it? Did you leave it forlorn in the parking lot?
No,
That would be
I had to
funny.
pay a guy to ship it from Miami. I'm not kidding.
That sucks.
And that whatever that was, it a bear? It was in his room for the last 10 years.
Yeah, and then they sent it from Miami, and for some reason it smelled different, and it was cut open and stitched up together. I don't know what it was.
Interesting. Yeah. You
I don't know what it was.
A lot heavier when it got
Yeah.
here.
So big, seriously, it would not fit in the rental car. It
Wow.
Hey, seriously, you go up to a guy in Miami and you give him a giant teddy bear. You go, hey, will you ship this for me? Aren't the cops just called automatically?
How funny would it be if my dad would have accidentally put himself in a drug deal?
Oh, man.
He said it was going to cost $10,000 to ship, which seems like a lot.
This is a great movie. Yeah.
It seems like a lot.
A stranger knocks on your door asking about it. Did that happen?
No, but
Hey, man, where is that?
my bear.
Where's the giant bear,
I
man?
had to go up to some kid at the. What was the name of that place?
Boomers.
Boomers.
Ah.
I had to go up to
I loved, you guys, Boomers. One time we all got to go down to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The crew of us, we go to Boomers. They got go-karts.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. This is the only positive thing that happened after my parents divorced. Boomers.
Well, okay.
All right, sir. I don't know
Someone
if
said the
we-
divorce itself was positive.
I
So
don't
it's
know
great
if
for,
we-
it's been, no, seriously. I'm not,
wanted to
not
land
weigh
in
in on
this
this,
area.
that place, I spent a lot of Saturdays there as a kid. My dad must have spent thousands of dollars just on tokens alone for us. Boomers.
And it
is
was
the
before
coolest
they had
place.
the card thing, so it was
Sure.
actual.
Yeah, you got to walk around with all the
weighed
tokens.
down with the tokens.
Yes.
But you remember Charlie literally won the biggest. It was a gorilla. Right?
No, yeah, it was massive. But that place
It
is
was bigger than a human being.
Still have it?
No, we finally got rid of it.
Okay.
I don't know who we gave it to somebody. It was ridiculous. It took up a third of his room.
Yeah.
Who did you thrust that on? Hey, you want a gorilla? There you go.
I don't remember, but it's
Oh, as a
gone now.
kid, you would love to have something like that.
It was cool. It was cool.
God knows what it smelled like by the time it left Charlie's room.
Oh, well, there's that.
Less like Miami, more like Colorado, I'd imagine.
Okay, well,
Maybe
I'm
had
sorry.
some formative years with the gorilla.
Yeah, of course.
Pittsburgh Pirates manager Derek Shelton has gotten into a socially distant argument with an umpire. Yesterday's incident occurred. Pitcher Derek Holland ejected from the dugout for arguing balls and strikes. Shelton came out to argue with plate umpire Jordan Baker, but as they approached each other, Shelton lifted a gator over his face while Baker pulled a mask out of his pocket.
And the bitch was
Hilarious.
the bitch was kicking the dirt. It's 8 feet to hit the guy.
Yeah, he had to hold it onto his face because evidently some elastic had broken on the mask, so he was just holding it on his face. The pair
But
argued
isn't it nice that some things never change?
about 6 feet away. Yeah, that is nice. Shelton said later they both got kind of a chuckle out of their socially distant rhubarb, is what they call that. It's a rhubarb. Isn't that a baseball?
Rhubarb?
Yep, rhubarb.
The good thing about these masks for these baseball guys is the sensors can't, read your lips. Because, I mean, that's... Have you ever watching a game and you go, I know what he said?
For sure.
There's the famous Tommy Lasorda asking Doug Rau, going out to the pitcher's mound and asking Doug Rau to leave the game. I think it was a World Series game. And some of Tommy's profanities are still hanging over Chavez Ravine. Yeah. Just give me the ball, Dougie. Just give me the blankety-blank ball, Doug.
He's not happy.
Yeah, it was something.
You can go down the rabbit hole with Tommy Lasorda videos pretty quickly. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good
My
stuff.
favorite's the one with him and Cy and Gangnam Style, that guy got announced to the crowd.
One of my favorites is when he gets hit with a bat in the legs and topples over.
Oh.
You please Google that.
Oh, my
so
God.
wonderful.
Tommy Lasorda falling. Topps Baseball Card Company released a trading card of Dr. Fauci's first pitch at the Nationals home opener.
Memorialized that, did they?
I bet it's careful photographic editing on that one.
Are we going to read about this 10 years from now that it went for $50,000?
Probably.
Yeah.
The limited edition card features an image of the Fauci mid-throw. The card reads, Dr. Anthony Fauci, longtime director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, and ardent Washington Nationals fans signaled the official start of the 2020 MLB regular season by throwing out the first pitch before the Nationals took on the Yankees on Thursday evening, July 20th.
Oddly, it was a spitball. You would have thought he would have not done
Yeah, isn't that weird? Yeah.
The 79-year-old Brooklyn native donned had a National jersey, hat, and face mask, fired a strong effort plateward before the Nationals took the field.
Wouldn't it be great if all doctors had cards like that? Where you go in for surgery, you look at the thing and go, wait a second.
How many operations this guy has?
This guy's only batting 270. Wait a second. That isn't all that good.
Can I get a hit over 500? Is that...
Hey, I'll trade you a Rosenstein for 2 Patels.
And yes, Tom, the card only available for 24 hours on Topps website.
Yikes.
And is already sold out. So that begs it's going to be
commemorative for sure.
Large bucks.
Weird season. Weird first pitch.
He wanted it to be hard to catch, unlike the coronavirus. Maybe.
Oh, it's hard to
catch, you see.
Hard to catch. Houston Astros ace Justin Verlander will miss the rest of the season with a Bobo injury.
Maybe.
Oh, if only he had somebody to hang out with.
Yeah, I wonder who he's going to have.
Bless his heart. Who's
nurse
going
him
to
back
take
to
care of him?
health.
You know that they had a billboard of Kate Upton in my neighborhood in Chicago. Anybody guess what she would be advertising? Can anyone get maybe bathing suits?
Maybe a beer? Or?
It was a jacket company. She's completely covered up.
Oh,
head to toe, zipped up.
Oh, they just wasted their money.
I could not believe it.
So this guy's married to
Kate Upton.
Kate Upton. What was the nature of the injury?
Last year's American League Cy Young winner won the team's opener Friday, went 6, 2 runs, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts, and a walk. It happened early in the game. He said he felt fine with the elbow. He was throwing the ball great, kind of a shock. Asked about the injury Sunday, Astros manager Dusty Baker, who's 107, would not confirm Verlander will miss the season. It's a forearm strain, he told reporters.
I would have one too if I lived with Kate Upton.
No, you have one just thinking about Kate Upton.
It's a forearm strain.
Every time you see Kate Upton, you're straining your forearm.
It's very pretty.
I think we're overlooking the subtext of this song.
So fat, I'm so fat.
It's coming. It's coming.
You know what? No one.
Nobody's fatter than me.
Wait.
Nobody wasn't even me.
Hang on.
All I do.
Wait, why are you playing this?
Oh, you stepped over the
Eating, jerking, and jerking. There's really
Yeah,
I wouldn't know it's
masturbation
subtext.
joke.
the eating and jerking line.
Came right
You
out
stepped
of
over our conversation with me.
Yeah, you crowbarred that
You
in
could
there.
shoehorn in a bit you've played 10,000.
So you're saying Verlander hurt his elbow pleasuring himself?
No. I said Josh looking at Kate Upton. So, never mind. Poor guy.
More sports coming up, including world record and watermelons. Go ahead and let your imagination run wild.
And coming up. That's right.
Again?
Why are you playing that?
Why are you playing that?
There's another event.
Really?
Yeah. A little bit of Eric, George Harrison. And my new favorite store, ladies and gentlemen, it's a place called Wawa.
And you thought it was there, didn't you?
I did. There he is. I don't need no Wawa. Oh,
That
sorry.
song is not good.
TikTok's using that in their commercials now, but it's Huawei is what they're saying. Huawei. You heard Wuhan?
It's not quite as
I've
popular.
got all your information.
Yeah. They know everything about you.
All that and more coming up. World record.
Yes, I
and
said that.
Boats in the news.
No world record
All
for
right.
boats. World record for watermelons.
Oh, good.
We also have boats in the news.
Okay.
Boats.
We do?
Very good. Yes. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Text us at 888-262-8661. More Bob and Tom next.
Hi, this is comedian Tim Cavanaugh, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Mark Allison with you. If you get a chance today, check out bobandtom.com. You can check out the Throwing Shade song by the Black Moods when they performed it here at the dumpster outside the Frigamall building. It was number 18 on the Billboard charts, and they did it live for us right here for Bob and Tom Nation. Check it out at bobandtom.com. Oh, and by the way, you can see the man breaking record while skiing on stilts. Oh, yeah, he's 11.5 feet high. Worth checking out at bobandtom.com. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Reigning AL Cy Young Award winner Justin Verlander has a strained right forearm and will be shut down for at least 2 weeks. Astros manager Dusty Baker made that announcement yesterday, but denied a report that he said the injury would end Verlander's season. He said Verlander would be evaluated after 2 weeks. The Texas Rangers right-hander Corey Kluber left his first start at almost 15 months after just an inning yesterday due to shoulder tightness. The two-time Cy Young Award winner threw 18 pitches, faced 3 batters. Colorado's Trevor Story walked and was thrown out trying to steal. Rangers said 34-year-old Kluber reported feeling the tightness in the first few pitches, and it got worse as innings progressed. Shohei Ohtani didn't record an out in the two-way Stars' long-awaited return to the mound for the Angels, allowing the first 6 Oakland batters to reach base, a 6-4 loss to the Athletics. Other winners and losers in Major League Baseball yesterday. Official games, Yankees, Detroit, and Colorado win in Interleague. American League again, Cleveland, Baltimore, Tampa Bay, Minnesota, Seattle, and Oakland. And the National League winners, Miami, Pittsburgh, the Cubs, Arizona, Atlanta, and San Francisco. President Trump will not throw out the first pitch at Yankee Stadium next month after all. In a tweet yesterday, Trump blamed the change in plans on his stronger focus on the virus and vaccines and the economy. Michael Thompson birdied 2 of the last 3 holes, a 4 under 67, and a 2-stroke victory in the 3M Open yesterday in Blaine, Minnesota. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Cubs trainer now comes out of the dugout, takes Schwarzenegger's temperature, gives the thumbs up, and we're ready to go. Posey adjusts the mask behind his mask, and here's the pitch. It's a comebacker to the mound. Cueto fields it, reaches for the hand sanitizer, disinfects the ball, and shovels it to first base.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7. It's not on air. It's online.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Berry whiskey.
Berry whiskey.
Okay.
You knew Barry, didn't you?
No, can't say I knew Barry.
Yeah, he was the Undertaker. You know, he was always saying the wrong thing. And we were out there at the funeral one day, and Berry Whiskey, Frontier Undertaker, walked up to very old lady.
Mm-hmm.
Thelma Whiskey.
Thelma.
They were burying her husband.
Oh.
Poor Thelma.
And Berry Whiskey said, Madam, how old was your husband? She said, well, he was 104 years old.
Wow.
4 years older than me.
Wow.
Very long life.
Berry Whiskey said to her, so you're 100 years old? Wow. Hardly worth going home, is it?
Hi, this is Nick Griffin, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Let's talk to our guest, Tom Foss. Tom, tell us about your life. You married, single? What's going on?
Married, very happily married. I got a friend going through a midlife crisis. You know anyone like that?
Oh, yeah.
And he's asking me what he should do.
Oh, yeah.
And I keep telling him cheating is like growing pot.
Like growing pot?
You can do it and get away with it, but you can't ever, ever tell anyone.
Ever. Anybody.
All right, Bob and Tom Show.
My family and I took a vacation when I was about middle school age up around on Lake Michigan, and we were driving up the coastline looking for a hotel, and we typically stayed at the little motels off the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
We saw one that was the Bud Lake Motel, so we pulled in, checked into the room, and unload our luggage. My dad and I went in the trunk and got out our fishing poles and our tackle box and looked behind the place, and there was just a construction site. So we went up to the desk and asked the guy where the lake was, and he kind of looked stunned at us. And I said, "What lake?" And I said, "Well, Bud Lake." And he goes, "No, that's my name, Bud Lake."
Let's hear it for Bud Lake. Yeah.
It was the Bud Lake Motel.
Well, see, at least there's a reason for it.
Exactly, but
Much better story than any fish you'd have caught. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, probably so.
There you go.
Wow,
that's a great. I wonder
how
Bud's doing.
I wonder if it's still up.
Okay, a bar owner goes up to the bartender and
6:46 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Quick update with Christy Lee, and I mean quick, Christy.
We have thunderstorms likely this afternoon with a high of 90. Is that quick enough? 76 now.
So wet outside. So wet.
So wet. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see now, 27 July 2020. We're here.
July 27th, 2020, the way normal people say it.
I'm starting to like 27 July. I really am.
27 July. I sound much more important than I am.
That's right. I think that's why I like it.
All right.
It was the 3rd of September, the day I'll always remember.
Yes?
It was September 3rd, a day I'll always remember. No power. Nothing. Artistry, my friend. Artistry.
Well, no, but then you'd be saying it's the 27th day of July by your logic right there.
That's what he did say, and Chick doesn't care for that.
He just says 27 July, 27.
Yeah, I didn't say the 27th.
Oh, Jesus, we're getting that nitpicky?
I'm trying to be economical. 27 July 2020 to give the award-winning quote unquote sportscaster more time to pontificate.
This intro would be over if we just let it happen.
Stupid world record.
Yeah, we got to wait for a second. You know he's going to interrupt you so we can say all of our names.
That's right. And still nobody knows who we are because he just says the names. He doesn't let us say hi.
Right, they can't put a voice to the name.
Okay, fine. Say we'll take
Radio
attendance.
101.
We'll take attendance. Ace Cosby, engineer, proprietor of the Ace Cosby joke of the day.
Present.
Chick McGee, sportscaster.
How about ya?
Okay.
That's right, baby, sportscaster.
Okay.
it was the 3rd of September.
Oh, so it was 3 September. What year?
That day I'll always remember.
Oh, you're going to remember. Why'd you fill us in the rest of it?
Any year, USA.
It was the day, right? Huh?
Yeah, her daddy.
Oh, sorry. So bad.
He left me a banjo.
I'm taking attendance. Over there, I can see it's the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair occupied by Josh Arnold. Now, how they can identify your voice other than they...
That was the joke.
That's the joke right there.
Man, that's gold, baby.
Whoa. Yikes.
Just set the bar low.
That says someone needs to do 17-second breaks in the afternoon.
Oh, man.
Yeah, blow that thing and go, here's Fleetwood Mac again. Christy Lee is right next door. She's in the she's in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. I'm sorry, Christy, can you say hello?
Where my money is happy.
Thank you very much.
Hi, everybody. Yes.
Willie G in the hot box.
Hey.
Patty G.
This is the sound of my voice.
Thank you very much. Now, Pat, could you...
that shirt's really something, by the way.
It's a nice shirt.
That's a nice plaid.
What lost to this in my closet? What lost to this?
Huh.
Oh, did you get that in the Regis Philbin will?
What?
Too soon?
My dad went to school with him. Stop that.
God.
Oh, my God.
Of course he
My
did.
dad went to school with him. Stop that.
Amazing.
That's very distraught.
Pat Godwin's amazing adventures and true encounters.
I
Here
never
we go.
met him. My
Here
dad
we
went
go.
to school with him at Notre Dame.
He was a big Notre Dame.
Yes,
Are you ready
he
for
was.
I always loved the way he ramped up.
Now,
I couldn't get enough.
He's a Guinness World Record holder. Did you know that?
Yes.
Yes. For most broadcast hours on television, like 15,000
I
hours.
thought Hugh Downs had
more
that.
than 16,000.
He beat Hugh Downs' record.
Okay.
That's legend.
Do you know how he got his name?
Regis?
True. This is true.
Parents?
Yeah,
Is
That's
mom
a
and
good
dad
guess.
named him?
His mom wanted him to go to the school in Staten Island, right?
Yeah, he's named after a school.
Huh.
A school that he didn't actually go to.
But that was the thing. In
Well, it
fact,
kind of kills your story, doesn't it?
no, the Regis High School is famous in New York.
Is it St. Regis?
And,
My buddy Brigham Young, his parents did the same thing to him.
Did they?
Yeah.
I got a pal, Ohio State. He's
Regis' sister was also named they named her Regina.
Yeah.
But, of course, high school boys will be boys.
Oh, sure, yeah.
They called her Regina.
Of course.
Why wouldn't
I thought she was named after a school, St. Mary's of the Woods. I thought.
You know who really has it tough is my buddy, University of Phoenix Online.
Oh, yeah.
They tease him?
Yeah, man, he's
Constant teaser. Yeah. You don't want to be.
Now, Pat, we had a story last week.
Pat!
It's nice that we're seeing. It's nice that we're seeing some actual scores. Some real sports is back.
Yes, sir.
And it's tough. It's very difficult, but these teams these organizations have figured out how to do it. So we do have some sports finally. I'm glad because we got to figure out how to live through this thing.
Let me tell you something. This morning they were playing a highlight reel at the first hour, and when Pat goes, Frank Sinatra, it's who I am now. I still bust out.
I'm now him.
No setup. I just got to the point, didn't I?
Yep, you just got to the point, baby. I loved it.
I'm Frank Sinatra now.
Is this next one? This next one is an infecto quarantino? Is it?
I don't think so. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I was looking at this. I'm so glad that sports are back, but not all of them. The World Surf League canceled their 2020 season. Which is somewhat. I don't quite get it. I guess it's
WSL.
I guess the traveling was the dangerous part.
Yeah, they have to do a lot of international.
You know, who's
travel.
really disappointed? The Sharks.
Yeah, the shark news is our quarantine continues, and we're still.
So the organization, the World Surf League, said the decision was based on the uncertainty of international travel and desire to protect the health of the athletes. What a drag, though. I mean, what a fun thing to be doing. You're out there by yourself surfing, and then all of a sudden, I don't know. I don't see the problem, really, but I guess they can't get in a plane correctly. I don't know.
Do you ever take your pet bird surfing, Josh?
I haven't. No, you mean...
Do you have a surfing bird?
I think Josh has a surfing bird, don't you?
Really?
I thought...
He loves to surf.
Yeah.
Polly wants to surf.
Mm-hmm.
How will everybody say about a bird?
It's like saying Beetlejuice 3 times.
That's right.
They never gave their due.
It really gets awful. I don't think I've ever been that deep.
I genuinely love it.
When you're a kid, there's a certain age where you play that over and over and over.
I missed that age.
How long does that awfulness last?
3 minutes, probably.
Yeah.
I love it.
But Papa Mau Mau is the original. That's where they stole it.
It's certainly an homage to
The Rivingtons.
Yeah. It's an homage to the Rivingtons.
Did I ever tell you, I met a guy and their kid was named Rivington? I said, yes, totally true.
I totally believe you.
And I said, oh, cool. Did you name him after the great band, the Rivingtons from Papa Mau Mau?
And
he said no. So I got his email address and I sent him this.
No, he's actually named after a polo collection.
Look at Tom jamming. He's in his groove.
Both good songs.
Oh, these guys are great. Real gospel thing. They had
great vocal.
Flip side, of course, Deep Water.
Yeah, I like this.
Oh, these guys are great singers. That's the first record I ever bought. Loved it.
I love the Trash Man.
But yeah, this guy really was named the Rivingtons. I mean, they named his kid the Rivingtons. Seriously.
No, he was named Rivington.
he's named Rivington, not the Rivington. That would be ridiculous.
Oh, the Rivingtons, it's dinner time.
Get over here.
I mean,
what's wrong with you?
Do you think that's a little pretentious, naming your kid Rivington? But I think, but this takes all the pretentiousness, if that's a word, away from it, because. Hey, listen.
But they admitted to you that song had nothing to do with his name.
I bet they tell everyone they do meet now that he probably has this in his phone. I bet this is his ringtone.
I bet it's not.
You know what they tell him? They go, yeah, this lunatic one time begged for my email address so he could send me some oldie.
I finally got a restraining order.
Yeah. It's a rip-off of the Trash Men.
No. Oh, begged for my email address is such a funny
What a weirdo. I finally got rid of that lunatic.
And so, Pat,
Was he a stranger that you met and he brought
it was
up?
a 4th of July fireworks party.
Oh, give me your email address.
Kid was right there.
What is this about?
Have you ever heard of the song Papa Uma? Can you imagine how long that went on? Oh, my God. Well, man, Tom at party, it's the worst.
So, Pat, you have a song about the World Surf League.
What were we talking about, Tom?
The World Surf League canceling their season.
I don't think we have time for it.
Do we have time for it or not?
Yes, of course, yes.
Everything's getting canceled across the USA. They're not shooting any movies in California. They even hung up their hang tents at all the beaches, too. Tell them, Brian. Nobody's surfing No surfing USA.
Surfing USA.
There's no surfing in Tempe, because they got no beach. No surfing in the Andes, because it's all mountain peaks. But what's the problem with Malibu? They got the UV rays. Tell them, Brian. Brian, wake up. Nobody's surfing. No surfing USA. Tell him, Brian. I'm going back to bed now. No surfing USA.
Not again, Brian.
There you go.
Bummer.
Last time you took a nap, it lasted 6 years.
Man, that's good napping. Okay? Say what you want.
All right. Well, we'll come right back. You got the teaser for
Yep,
me?
world record coming up. Watermelons.
Okay. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
More Bob and Tom next. Got a comment? Our email is bobandtom@bobandtom.com. Bob and Tom 24/7.
One of our favorite people on the way, correspondent Jess Hooker, is going to be zooming in. You can follow her on Instagram at @JessHooker_. Also, comedian Reno Collier is going to be zooming his way in later this morning on a Monday. It's July 27th. Yes, we are here live for you on Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Suggesting a narrower pandemic relief package may be all that's possible. The White House is still pushing ahead with Monday's planned rollout of the Senate Republicans' $1 trillion effort. The Trump administration's top negotiators, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, spent the weekend at the Capitol trying to finish the package and say the agreement in principle has been reached with Senate Republicans. And the price of gold has surged to a record as investors move money around, and they move it into an asset that is seen safe during uncertain times. The price surged more than $30 to over $1,926 per ounce. It added 1.5% after breaking its 2011 record high prices on Friday. And Hurricane Douglas coming within razor-thin distance of the Hawaiian Islands, but the storm spared Hawaii the worst of the strong winds, storm surge, and flooding that officials had warned about. Meteorologists cautioned the hurricane's path could shift slightly, and Douglas could still unload its destructive power on the islands of Oahu and Kauai. They're calling on residents there to remain vigilant. Heavy rain and wind gusts battered Maui during the morning. Despite all the dangers, surfers rode waves and residents took selfies at a lookout point next to the ocean. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7, of course.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy via your computer. Bob and Tom 24/7.
This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedian Greg Fitzsimmons has joined us in the studio. You're a New Yorker.
Yeah.
How's that going?
New York's good. Not bad. It's a strange place because no matter where you work or what you do, you come in contact with freaks. I worked at a gas station for a couple of years, and the guy I worked with, strange man, former porno movie star from the 70s.
Really?
Yeah, he'd get confused every time he'd fill the tank. Halfway through, he'd pull it out and spray it all over the car. We lost a lot of good petrol.
First of all, you can't smoke around a baby, Drew. So.
Says who? The man. That's who says. Not smoke around a baby. What do you live in 2200 AD?
Mm-hmm. No, you don't want to have any
smoke around. The next thing you know, you can't give it a little sip of beer. Christmas. What's this country coming?
Not it.
A little bourbon in its milk, put it to sleep at night. Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah. Okay, there we go. These photos.
It's time once again for people who suck at small talk.
Hey, nice weather we're having today, don't you think?
Yeah, it is rather amazing the cyclical manner in which meteorological trends manifest themselves.
Jeez, sorry I asked.
Join us again next time for people who suck at small talk.
Yeah, but it turns out I don't sleep well anyway. I've been grinding my teeth. I didn't know I grind my teeth until I woke up. My husband was pouring coffee beans into my mouth. What a weird way to save time in the morning.
No kidding, but it's fresh coffee.
I swear, pretty soon, teams will actually, instead of just the stadium, the team will actually be sponsored by a company.
Oh, sure. I think
I agree.
Right. And so, but of course, each company would have to be careful about which team they sponsored because sometimes
it could be bad combination.
Gillette Knicks. I don't think that would.
Yeah. No, that's a negative.
The Coppertone Redskins, probably.
No, probably not.
Marketing. The Visa Bills.
Another highlighting. 02 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy Lee's got a quick forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the CarX Man. Sunshine early, thunderstorms likely this afternoon, high 90. Partly cloudy tomorrow, 84, 77 sticky degrees.
77.
Sunset.
It is a little
Raise your
as you
hand
say,
if you got
close to being hell.
It's a little close.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show on this, the 27th of July, 2020. That okay with you to do it that way?
No, it's great. You're still doing it the same way you're doing it. July 27, 2020.
I was fine with him saying at least 27th of July rather than just 27 July 2020.
Must I underscore this again by playing...
It was the 3rd of September.
That's not the same.
At all.
It isn't the same.
Again,
The
3rd
number of the
September.
day is first.
He said 3rd. He didn't say 3 September.
Yeah.
It was 3 September.
Oh, that sounds cool, doesn't
It
it?
still
was
works.
September. I'm doing it from now on.
September.
I'm adopting this.
Yeah, okay.
I think I am too.
Papa, of course, was a Rolling Stone.
Sure.
Now, let's see,
Wherever
where
he laid
was
his
I?
hat, that was his own. Did you know that?
That's true. That song gets
Affairs
sad
out
very
the
quickly.
ass.
Let's see. There's Josh at the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair. Why? Because this is a great time. Just at random, get your sweetie some jewelry. Look at those nice earrings. Why'd you get them? Just because. And then you will be a better person and doing well in life. Thank you very much. Chick McGee's over there. There's Ace. Pat Godwin just played a nice song for us. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you.
Willie G is in the hot box. This is Tom speaking. Welcome back to Chick's first sportscast of 2020 with actual sports content. You might count a little bit in January.
We had the Super Bowl. Anyway, stupid world record. As we talk about sports content, serial record breaker, Shrita Furman. Those names don't go together, do
I
they?
think this guy may have more world records than
he set the Guinness World
David,
Record.
Rush.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
He set the Guinness World Record for most watermelons chopped off the head in 1 minute.
Oh, that's scary.
Have you seen this?
Gosh, Gallagher's going to be pissed.
He's already pissed. He's going to be angry.
With the help of Homagni Baptista, whose head held up the watermelon chopping block, which I think, that sounds a little sketchy.
Oh, that's cheating. If there's,
Just put
if
the
there's a
watermelon.
block between the watermelon and his,
Yeah,
his skull.
see, the guy's wearing what do you call it? A slicker? What are the
raincoat?
The rain suit. He's got on the rain suit. Then he's holding. He's got his arms holding basically a cutting board on top of his head. I say no good.
No good.
That's not fair.
Should be done just on his head, sideways. So if
Wow.
that way if he,
That's right,
You mean
sideways.
like
Make it
this?
interesting.
yeah, that way if he Marie Antoinette's the guy, now we're talking record.
Sure.
It's going viral, I tell you. Furman chopped a total of 50 watermelons in 60 seconds.
Boy, that's a lot.
The successful attempt took place on February 5th at a resort in Malaysia.
And we're just now talking about it.
Malaysia. According to Guinness World Records, the fallen watermelons were served in a fruit salad at the resort.
There you go. Nothing was wasted.
Yeah, the watermelon had been on the ground.
Well, the rind, you don't eat that part.
There you go.
You don't?
You eat the watermelon rind?
I only like the green part.
Got a lot of vitamin D.
Vitamin F.
Furman also holds the record for most watermelons self-chopped on the stomach in 1 minute.
Now that
self-chopped.
That's a record.
Boy,
the guy putting the watermelons on the stomach's got to get out of the way.
No
right?
joke.
But again, is there a board?
And what size are we talking about? Those tiny little
No. These are the full-size basketball-size watermelon. So there you go.
I don't trust a round watermelon. I want the oblong,
Didn't they do square watermelons for a while
Yes.
there?
Yeah.
They did.
I didn't like those
Never
either.
saw that. Yeah, no, they really did.
That makes sense in terms of,
It didn't take off.
Storage. Yeah,
and
there was some. I guess they would somehow grow them with some restraints on them.
Yeah, so we're bind them up like they do Asian ladies' feet. Yeah.
Veal. Well, that took a turn.
What? What's happening?
That did happen.
That did happen.
History.
Historical.
The same thing was on my mind, and I go, whatever you do, don't say it.
You had it too?
That happens a lot.
She got it.
You know what? We'll go together.
We'll go together.
We'll go together.
I'm trying to find the square watermelon story.
According to his website, ashrita.com, that's ASHRITA.
No one's looking at that.
Ashrita.com. Furman has set over 700 official Guinness records and currently holds over 200 standing records.
Holy cow. Well, then David Rush has got a long way to go.
How many does David Rush have?
I have no idea.
300 or something, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But again, some of these records are pretty stupid. Like Donnie said, we'll see you get an Evel Knievel record with 300 broken bones. Now we're talking. This guy, how do you get hurt doing this?
Yeah, breaking bones. That's a manly record.
If the guy missed with the sword, you're gonna.
What do you think the record for being most dead and coming back to life is?
Now here's a topic.
What?
Wow.
I think Jesus has that one. I think the 3-day rule. Maybe Lazarus. Yeah.
We're going to have to go time, right?
This is up for debate.
Right. Most dead and now all of a sudden living.
I'm going to say 75 minutes.
75 minutes?
I'll go 2 hours.
Well, you're talking.
I mean, these are official zombies.
If your heart rate slows and you're in a catatonic state like Frozen.
Haven't they had people wake up in the morgue?
Yeah.
In the caskets, in the ground.
Okay,
Remember
longest.
They used to have a
bell or something.
Somebody had a patent on a casket bell.
That's right.
Yeah. That's featured in that movie. What is it? The Great Train Robbery? Is that the one with the
something? Yeah, they would tie him to their toe or something.
And the guy hides in the casket and he rings the bell.
Yeah. The bell in the urns did not sell as well.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
No.
Boy, if that goes on.
Useless. That's Houdini-esque.
You put yourself together after that. You got some.
Okay, here's the square watermelon. Josh, you might want to come look at this.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
It's a slightly rounded square. Cubed watermelons are common in Japan. They're mostly ornamental and very expensive, starting at $100. So this is not something you'll see at the grocery.
They're stackable.
Yeah, what a pathetic.
I got a $100
status symbol that is.
I've got $100 watermelon money.
I noticed your new BMW. You really? I was loading it with my stackable square watermelon. You must be somebody.
Did you notice the panda skin seat covers I have in my...
I'm doing some research on this. This is actually a thing called the Lazarus syndrome, where people are clinically dead and then come back to life.
Oh, yeah.
This one lady was 17 hours.
Oh my
Yes.
Lord!
Oh,
That's enough time.
17 hours.
Yes.
They grieved. They started
Yes.
planning the funeral. They
Took her stuff.
This woman,
Wow, in some cultures, she would have been buried by then.
yeah, a 91-year-old woman whose heart stopped beating and was no longer breathing was apparently woke up in the hospital mortuary 11 hours later asking for tea and pancakes.
tea and pancakes.
Yes, and she also wanted someone to clean up the huge pile of feces that the undertaker had just squirted out.
Get the makeup off me.
I'm going to wake him up. Will you hose him off, huh?
They don't serve food in purgatory? Is that what I'm hearing?
The glue off my
That's
lips.
the question. Where was she?
Yeah.
Man, oh, man.
That's so funny. Whenever you see those things in movies or whatever, when they just go, I made it to the other side, and there was no food, so I'm glad I get pancakes. I could really use some waffles and syrup if you have it.
It was a land of miracles.
I haven't eaten for
No-
17 hours.
No salad bar, I tell you.
Wow. This Lazarus, 38 people have actually suffered from this since they found this particular.
There was a kid at my school who I don't know if this is true, but there was a story. He got hit with a baseball while he was playing baseball as a kid, died,
Yes.
and then someone did CPR and he got brought back to life. And all I know that because on the first day of freshman orientation, everyone was like, that kid was dead, and then he came back to life. Everybody talked about it. It was like one of those things.
Wow.
Oh, I'd never stop talking about it. Hey, I died and came back to life.
No, I was dead. Yeah.
Well,
You
when
know,
I died.
You know what's on the other side? He knows.
He does. No school.
More of the same, only worse lighting, actually. Yeah.
It
It
flickers
changes the
a lot.
lighting
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
You'd think that'd be really well lit.
You would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People see the light. And we've learned that there are, in fact, square watermelons
Yep.
in Japan.
Yeah, you called it a pathetic status symbol. I can't wait, chick, for like 2-3 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, you guys know Kelly got me this stuff. It is a watermelon in the shape of a square. and boy, is it juicy.
That's right.
They're apparently not tasty.
Oh, really?
They're
That's the other thing.
That's where they went wrong. It doesn't taste good.
Forget the shape.
Whoops.
Yeah, that's what it says.
How long does, here's a topic, how long does a gourd keep?
That's a good question. A week?
How long do you think, what do you think the record is for a rotted gourd that's all of a sudden become fresh?
How about an egg? How long can you keep an egg? In the shell, in the refrigerator, like 6 months, right?
Eggs you can keep for a long, long
Yeah,
time.
6 months, a year.
Ignore that date.
Why aren't seedless watermelons seedless?
Yeah, I am with you on this.
They're pretty close to seedless.
Yeah, but
At
they're
least they
not.
should put seedless in quotes then.
Right.
Yeah. Nearly seedless.
Right.
Maybe you need to slow down just a little.
What are you saying? Are you saying
Well,
he
you want,
eats,
You know
he
what?
eats a lot and he eats fast?
There are people who suffer from some issues, and
And what's
seeds
with
are not
these
allowed.
forks? These forks get in the way. I've eaten 4 forks.
Why can't I just use my hand?
These napkins get all over the bird.
Why can't every meal be a sandwich?
Yeah, so easy
And
to-
chicken bones. Can they digest easier, please?
Give me a bone-free chicken, will ya?
Bones just slow me down.
Now, coming up, we have a little bit of something from Donnie Baker. We have some interesting things about Thanksgiving. Our first Thanksgiving story is here. You'll be quite surprised. It involves the world of retail. We have Botox in the news, and we have the search for the red panda.
Oh, that's right. One got loose.
Yeah,
Man,
they're-
Yeah, the mommy
Those
in
are
Columbus Zoo.
they are the cutest thing you've ever seen.
They have a caramel-like substance in the middle. It's
Right now, this is a great time to get away from it all by popping on some earbuds and just chilling. Listen
sure
to
you can't leave the house. You can't get away from your loved ones. Not that you'd want to, but if you would, what
That's
a better
why,
way to put your earbuds in.
And the best buds are the Raycons.
The Raycons,
and they're about half the price of the other ones, or the white ones that fall out of your ears all the time.
Oh yeah,
check out Raycons. Chick McGee brought them to my attention. Chick enlightened the people.
E25 earbuds, the best yet, and they've got all the qualities that you look for in an earbud. They fit unbelievably well. They're comfortable. 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, which is key. Oh, your device did not synchronize. Oh, son of a! You got it over and over. Not with the Raycons, baby. Seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass and more compact design. Gives you a nice noise isolating fit. Raycons wireless earbuds are so comfy. Perfect for on-the-go listening, for taking phone calls and being alone right there in the middle of chaos at your house. Unlike some of your other wireless options, Raycon earbuds are both stylish, discreet, and no Tom said, dangling wires or stems, and celebrities like Snoop Dogg and yours truly. We're obsessed with Raycons. I did the work. I did the footwork for you and found the Raycons.
Thank you very much for your work, Jim.
You can benefit from my research.
Yes.
Get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. And they come in a bunch of colors, too. buyraycon.com/Tom.
And if you wear them on a phone conversation, you become 15% funnier.
How about that? Who knew?
Well, that's somewhat disputed, but buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off the best earbuds out there, and they're about half the price of the ones you know I'm talking about. Raycon wireless earbuds. Ladies and gentlemen, they are the best. Coming up, cartwheels in the news. Can you do a cartwheel still, Christy?
Probably. I haven't done one in a while.
Ace, can you do a cartwheel?
No.
Josh?
I never have in my life, no.
Really? Never?
Never? Not even when you were a little kid?
No, I could never do one.
What about ass over tea kettle? Is that a saying?
I can do that.
Yeah, I can do that.
Drunk. After we heard about your brilliant work in the realm of the cannonball.
Yes. Oh, I can cannonball the best of them.
A cannonball and a cartwheel are two totally
different things.
No, they're both rated by the...
Can you cartwheel, Dad?
I used to be able to. I can't anymore. I got the bad arm.
You can do a one-arm cartwheel.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you can do a one-arm cartwheel.
Step up.
No,
I used to do them with no hands.
All right, you guys, break. Cartwheel competition.
I've been advised by my doctor.
Too hot.
Mask up.
Coming up, Donnie. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, 24/7.
Hey, Mark Allison here with you. Just a reminder, we have changed the replay hours on you on Bob and Tom 24/7. We've been getting some emails from folks tuning in at 3 and finding out that it's halfway over because we now start the replay at 1 p.m. Eastern all the way through 1 a.m. Eastern. How's that possible? Well, it's called Bob and Tom's All Day Replay, hosted by Christopher, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Right here on Bob and Tom 24/7, we'll replay today's show back to back to back to back on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Guitarist Peter Green of Fleetwood Mac has passed away at the age of 73. He died in his sleep over the weekend. Stevie Nicks, who joined Fleetwood Mac after Green left in 1971, says her biggest regret is she never got to share a stage with him. Peter Green also wrote the song Black Magic Woman, which is one of Santana's biggest hits. The hip-hop snippet of Chicago's song 25 or 6 to 4 that was used in a U.S. Army ad is now a full-length song. Chicago and rapper Real Name James have released a 2.5-minute version of the tune with new lyrics about finding one's inner warrior. The U.S. Army had used an abbreviated version in November for its What's Your Warrior marketing campaign. Chicago's Robert Lamb, who wrote the original song, says it's exciting to have his song morph into a powerful audio and visual experiences. And for decades, if there was a TV set around, there was a pretty good chance you could find Regis Philbin's face on it. The longtime broadcast icon died of natural causes Friday night, just a month before his 89th birthday. Regis did more than 15,000 hours on the air, earning him recognition in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most broadcast hours logged by a TV personality. And the last surviving lead performer in the movie Gone with the Wind passed away over the weekend. Olivia De Havilland, the beloved doe-eyed actor, died at the age of 104 at her home in Paris. She took home 2 Oscars during her career and behind the scenes challenged Hollywood's contract system, which often tied performers to their deals after they had expired. That's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show is on the way.
All day, all night, all Bob and Tom. This is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Listen up, fellas. This is just for you. It's the brand new dance where you drop your pants.
There's a new craze. It's a sensation. Every guy is doing it across the nation. First thing you do, take off your clothes. Get ready to strut. Get ready to pose. Grab your package, tuck it away. Between your legs is where you want it to stay. Do the badge.
The badge. Come on, give it a whirl.
Do the badge.
The badge. You're a macho punk.
Do the vag.
The vag. Nobody sees your junk.
Make sure it's smooth, then cut a rug. Do the vag.
Yeah, you're looking fantastic.
Your friends will laugh, 'cause it's so funny. You look like a hairy Playboy bunny. Look in the mirror, where's your weenie? It disappeared like your Houdini. It's really cool, it's out of sight. Do the vag every day and night. Do the vag.
The vag. Man, you got it working.
Do the vag.
All the vag. You can't see your gherkin.
Do the vag.
The vag. Show your buddies in the shower.
Do the vag.
The vag. 'Cause you've got that power.
Your friends will say you must be gay. Do the vag.
Use your imagination.
Don't do the twist. Don't do the hustle.
Do the vag and hide that love muscle.
Forget the rumba and the Macarena.
Just boogie down without your genitalia.
Do the vag.
The vag. It's better than the tango.
Do the vag.
The vag. No wonder where your wango.
Do the vag.
The vag. From the back we see your hiney.
Do the vag.
The vag. In the front you've got a giny.
For a big surprise, tuck it between your thighs.
Do the vag.
Hey Romeo, you've got a camel toe.
Do the vag.
Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
No matter how hard I try, can't keep my hands off my face.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Also in the studio with us, comedian Drew Hastings. Drew, did you ever go to a high school reunion?
Yes, I went to my 20th.
How did that go?
I had gone back specifically.
7:22 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy
Good
Lee has
morning.
the forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. We'll see some thunderstorms move in this afternoon. Look for a high of 90 degrees. Partly cloudy tomorrow, high 84. Right now we have sunshine 75.
And the clock is ticking toward some very serious cash coming up. I'll put it that way. You're shot at $1,000 coming up multiple times on Q95 today, so keep listening. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. In the big room, it's Chick, Ace, me, this is Tom, and then there's Josh right there on the IHateStevensinger.com sidekick chair.
Hello.
Behind the glass over there, it's Willie G. In the small room. In the big room, it's little teeny Christy Lee.
Hi, everybody.
We have our own little Christy Lee aquarium.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh.
Yeah.
Get the bubbler. Turn it up. Okay. And then we have Pat Godwin in the next building. Pat, got some more music coming up from Mr. Godwin in a matter of moments. It's good to see you, sir. And we'll get back to the sports page. Is that correct? Do we have...
Gourds stay good for at least 6 months. You move gourds to a dry, dark area where they can remain for at least 6 months. Store them on a screen or vented surface in a single layer and make sure no gourds are touching.
How about that?
I'll be darned.
And that's sports. Well, you're going to thank me for giving you a little gourd talk. And then, hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker.
Hey, Donnie, good weekend?
Yeah, but I hate gourds, chick. Sorry to bust on your sportscast.
Why do you not?
Tom, do you know much about car batteries?
Well, a little bit. You got a problem with your battery?
Yeah, I went to start my truck this morning and the damn battery exploded.
Exploded?
That can happen.
I swear to God,
scary.
Christy, it was so loud, people thought I was setting off fireworks again.
Whoa.
I was like, that's ignorant, because like I told the one neighbor, we ran out of them on July 23rd, dumbass. Swear to
You're
God.
like my neighbor.
Not mine. Last night.
Again?
Well, I'll say it like this. I'm glad I don't drive a Tesla, because they got enough batteries to blow up the front yard.
Probably.
Man, I think that Tesla dick, Elon Musk, he might be the world's best entrepreneur. How much is he worth now?
He's worth like $1 billion, sure.
Well, 1 minute he's working on a self-driving car, and the next thing you know, I'm going to send a bunch of randos to Mars.
Yeah, he wants to populate Mars.
Sure.
I wonder how often they're going to have to stop and charge that rocket, you know? He does a little bit of everything. You know, Todd Boner told me that Elon's dad invented Musk cologne.
Musk?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, no, hence the name.
Jovan by Musk.
I swear to God. You remember Musk cologne, don't you, Chick?
Sure, absolutely.
Used to get all the girls fired up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not like Brute or High Karate, but he got the juices flowing. I love Brute and Canoe. When I was in JUCO, I used to douse myself with Menon Skin Bracer, regular. I swear to God. That made me smell older, Christy.
Did it?
You know the one cologne I refused to wear, though?
What's that?
English leather.
Oh, yeah, that was popular.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I at least want to smell like an American, Tom.
Okay.
You know?
Very patriotic.
All my men wear English leather.
But I always figure if you splashed on some English leather, you'd end up smelling like the Queen's saddle or something.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't care what happens in the evening. Ain't nobody yelling to tally-ho in my bedroom. I swear to God. You know, Tom, just saying Queen's saddle made me gag a little.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I bet you it smells like expired fish sticks.
Oh.
Expired?
I'm going to go.
All right.
Thanks, Donnie.
Yikes.
Musk.
Did you like Musk or you didn't like patchouli?
I can't stand patchouli. I've had to move at a restaurant because it was doused in patchouli.
During the choker days,
Yes.
I wore Brute.
Yeah.
And then I remember it was a huge decision on my part to go to Stetson.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Stetson
oh, yeah.
fits.
It was a big deal.
Clean smell, yeah.
And now nothing. I don't wear anything except my body wash.
Well, the new Musk is amber,
Oh.
I think.
That's no good.
I mean, it's a great product and they have great smells, but boy, when somebody's wearing it, you know.
You get yourself a little Amber Alert.
Yeah, a little different, but I mean, it's.
Not funny. Where were we? Okay, I'm sorry, that was sports. It's time to move over to Christy Lee.
Were you done?
Sir.
You were done?
At the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk, Christy, what have
The
you got?
red panda that escaped from the Columbus Zoo. We talked about it last week.
Communist bastard.
They found it.
Absolutely.
They found the red panda hiding in the zoo's foliage.
Oh, they found it. Okay.
Yes.
Foliage.
Foliage. That's what I meant to say.
Foliage. That's
Foliage is aluminum foil.
when the
Yeah.
foliage
Reynolds
spoils.
aluminum plant.
Right, aluminum foil.
Wait, it was at the zoo?
It was at the zoo.
So it didn't run away. They just lost it.
The red panda named Cora went missing from her enclosure sometime between Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. Following an extensive search of the zoo's grounds, staff found the animal Thursday in the dense foliage between the rhino habitat and the entrance to the pachyderm building.
Foliaged again. What? The escape attempt did not succeed.
Pachyderms, of course, zebras.
Yes.
Pachyderms are elephants. Come on.
I think you're wrong.
Go ahead. Wallow in your...
All right. After initial efforts to lure her down from a tree with treats, as well as her two cubs, proved unsuccessful.
Uh-oh.
I'll get him down from that tree.
No, they tranquilized Cora and brought her to the Animal Health Center for an evaluation.
And Ohio zoos need some good PR.
It's just going to sound like gunshots. Those
She
are
was-
tranquilizer darts.
Found to be healthy and reunited with her cubs upon waking
And
up.
it felt so good.
Yes.
And I think we learned
Herb
because
was a policeman.
this red panda had just had a couple of babies.
Right. Twins, little twins.
And I think every mom knows you need a break.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
Although they said they tried to lure her down with the babies.
Yeah,
She
I
goes,
know. She didn't care.
I'll stand up here.
How about some weed and some wine?
Yeah. Yeah.
She was up there with a nice.
The weed and wine.
What little feet reference there?
I learned something about that over the weekend. You don't want to do both. What's it called, Willie?
What drink?
When you drink and get stoned at the same time.
I call them getting twisted. Maybe
Twisted. That was the word.
Yeah.
That I heard.
I find that it's actually a pretty good time if you do it in moderation.
Okay.
Nice and slow.
And you stay put. I would find that if I got twisted,
Yes.
I forgot that I was drunk.
Oh.
And boy, was I still drunk.
And you were the only one that knew that you weren't drunk.
Yeah.
Wait, Christy, did you get twisted over the weekend?
No. I was in a conversation with someone and they brought up that term and I had not heard it before.
I was going to say, if you got drunk and stoned without me, I would have been so sad.
Oh, no. I'm not a marijuana girl. Never have been.
By the end of this week, I'm going to get you guys all high. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking.
I can't wait.
So the point of the story is they got this beautiful little. And the red pandas look just like colorful raccoons.
Yeah, they're very pretty.
They're really
cute.
beautiful.
Right.
I've got the audio from it.
Oh,
you do?
I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, this is the park ranger begins this episode.
Oh, all right.
We have your babies. I'll throw in some weed and wine. Get down here. We're going to have to shoot.
Aw.
They got her.
All's well that ends.
All's well.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous animal.
Good.
A Florida man has tried to evade arrest by doing cartwheels. A video of the 40-year-old shows him doing cartwheels and handstands in front of a garbage truck at a Wawa in Orlando.
Wait a minute.
Damn it.
I'm sorry. Where did this take place? It's kind of a long intro.
It's very long.
Maybe
It is a good
It's
intro.
at a Wawa
You know, what does
in
it tell you about
Orlando.
the song when the intro seems longer than it is?
Oh, it's a great, just
Still
a
not
great
yet.
riff. Oh. I could use less piano, more guitar.
The post there, Tom.
Piano too loud.
You don't even hear a piano.
Hand-fisted. And the Wawa people have not bought that from the George Harrison estate. I don't
No,
understand
they're not
why.
aware of it. No one's heard of it.
No one's heard of it.
Gives
No
me a
one would
headache.
know what they were singing.
At one point, the man lies on the pavement, throws his hat in the direction of the garbage truck. Orange County Sheriff's
They ran him
deputies.
over.
They did not run him over because they attempted to apprehend the man, who breaks free and continues to perform cartwheels before he's eventually detained.
Sounds like he was just an entertainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to
A court
entertain.
jester.
Well, the police are trying to arrest him. One of the judge gave him 5.
Five what?
One of the judges gave him a 4.5.
Oh, I see. Yeah. That's
Okay.
Wouldn't that be great? This guy goes to trial, and the judge holds up the cards.
7-9.
Gianfranco Fernandez, boy, there's two names I wouldn't put together, was charged with battery on a law enforcement officer and resisting arrest.
Oh, he also battered the officer?
Apparently, I don't know what he did, but
Huh.
Well, he didn't stick the landing, so that was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I wonder what his cartwheels looked like. Yeah, I bet they weren't that great.
What was the guy being chased for initially? Why did they want him?
I have no idea. It doesn't say.
What a weird tactic to start doing cartwheels.
Yeah, well, the cartwheels of justice move slowly in the naked city. Incredible jackass.
Strange.
It is a strange
Do you
story.
have any of these weird stuff, all this devil worship stuff out there lately?
What?
Oh, that's rampant.
Devil worship? What the hell are you talking about?
They're taking over. Are you kidding me?
Well, we had the story about
Yeah,
the.
you can't wake up and start your day.
I have no idea where you're going now.
Well, you had the story about
never
the.
been more
Was it
puzzled in my life.
1985? What satanic panic are you trying to start here?
We had a story about the guy last week that wanted to name their kid Lucifer.
Yes.
And the clerk at the town wouldn't let them, and then they finally had to go to court, and they
won.
They were able to.
They settled on Mephistopheles. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
According to CNN, the Satanic Temple has announced it's offering a quote Devil's Advocate Scholarship.
Oh, that's nice.
The application asked candidates to submit a creative response to, for example, this question: what initiatives have you undertaken that are consistent with the Satanic Temple's tenets and mission?
Huh.
So,
Well, a college or university accept that scholarship?
Yes, most students on a satanic
Yes.
scholarship end up being cable company customer service reps.
That's interesting. It makes sense, though, really.
Does the Satanic
I
Church?
bet you're not going to get into Notre Dame with that.
yeah.
Well, I see here on your application.
That you hail Satan. All right.
And I noticed you play the fiddle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Perhaps the University of Georgia is for you if the devil went down to.
Yeah.
I don't know what a weird thing. Now, Pat, are you familiar with the
devil? Yeah, I met him.
Oh, you did?
Oh, you met the devil too, huh?
Oh, boy. Yeah.
No, honestly, when I was 20 years old, I wanted to play guitar great, and I was just playing piano at that time. So I went down to the crossroads of 61 and 49 in Clarksdale, Mississippi.
Oh, certainly, yeah.
Oh, you went down to the crossroads, the most famous crossroads in the history of
I
music.
expressed myself through my instrument.
Yeah.
And when I'm done with that, I pick up the acoustic guitar. So this is called Crossroads. This is my version of Crossroads. I did meet the man. I wanted to play guitar instantly, and here's what happened. I went down to the crossroads, fell down on my knees.
sold my soul to the devil. He charged me $616.
Straight cover, huh?
Yeah. Then he handed me a Mel Bay How to Play Guitar book and said, practice. There are no shortcuts, Pat A.G. Whoa. Josh, if only you would have waited.
I know it. Wow. Old Mr. Scratch giving you the Mel Bay book.
Mr. Scratch. You don't hear that a lot.
No, you don't.
That's a good one.
Not Mr. Scratch, yeah.
Mr. Scratch?
Yeah.
Yeah. You've never heard that for the devil?
Mr. Crowley?
I thought Mr. Scratch was a DJ.
Dude, that is a good DJ name.
Oh, I have not heard of Mr.
Plays
Scratch.
the devil's
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Old.
That's an old devil thing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow, that's odd. What is the origin of that?
I'm not too sure. Mr. Scratch. I'd have to look it up.
Scratch your eyes out. I don't know.
Those fingernails.
Sure.
Bad about scratching.
Everyone knows the devil's famous for his fingernails.
Well, yeah. Bobby De Niro in Angel Art, yeah.
What?
Bobby De Niro.
Well, he's a friend of mine. I met him.
Of course you did.
Because they hang out in Barbados.
Okay.
Speaking of death, we had quite a few celebrity deaths over the
My
weekend.
gosh, it seemed to be never ending.
Yeah, Peter Green, the great guitarist.
The original Fleetwood Mac.
Yep, the original Fleetwood Mac passed away at his apparently in his sleep at the age of 73.
Did you say oh well?
Oh, well.
Wow, that's so cold.
Student of the blues, wasn't he?
He wrote
Black Magic
Woman.
I wonder.
Oh, well.
That's a song I couldn't remember. He wrote
Oh, well, part 2, yeah.
Also,
That's a good
Olivia De Havilland passed away at the age of 104 at her home in Paris.
I put that up on Instagram. She's in a great movie called The Snake Pit that was way ahead of its time.
She won
like to
2
see it.
Oscars. She was amazing.
104.
104.
Man. You're just tired, right?
Wow.
She was the sister of Joan
Did they do an
Fontaine.
inquiry into the cause of death? I say conspiracy. So, there are people that really don't like that movie Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
I think they snuffed her.
Yeah, I heard HBO Max, the executives killed her.
And then
Is she the last living
Yes.
human being who was on the
the
screen
last
in that
living
movie?
main character from Gone with the Wind. That is
Wow.
correct. Yes.
I heard
Oh,
she
yes.
banged both of the Warner brothers.
And Leslie Howard just bored away. I think. Oh no, I never cared for Leslie Howard. I think he looks funny. I don't know how he became a movie star, but there he
Remember
is.
who was in that movie? It was the guy that played Superman.
Oh sure, yeah, got a lot of laughs when he comes on screen.
And they had to, I guess, didn't they re-release it and cut his part out because it got too many laughs?
I think
George
so.
Reeves?
Yeah.
No.
George Reeves, the TV Superman.
Well, he took it well.
Yeah, he didn't
Whoa.
let it eat him alive. Yeah.
Okay, it's problematic.
And Regis Philbin passed away at the age of 88.
Yeah, what a character,
Yeah,
huh?
Had more. I think he had more Dave Letterman appearances than anybody. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure he did.
Yes, and over the weekend, Letterman said he put him in the same category as Carson. He really admired and held him in high esteem.
Philbin died of natural causes Friday, just over a month before his 89th birthday. Got his start at KCOP TV.
Sacramento, is that Sacramento?
No, chick, you're supposed to say we're on your side.
Oh, we're on your side.
In Los
Sorry.
Angeles.
Okay.
By golly.
One thing I do.
I guess he didn't have a lifeline, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.
Who wants to be a millionaire?
Just get the 1 or the 3. That show, they say that show saved ABC. In the first 2 years, it grossed over $1 billion in ad revenue, and it made Regis very wealthy as well.
Yeah, he holds the Guinness World Record for most broadcast hours logged by a TV personality, 16,746 and a half hours.
I'd say genuinely beloved, Regis Philbin.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
Now, this is really obscure.
Had to put up with Joey Bishop.
Yeah,
Chick will know the answer to this. Regis Philbin plays himself.
Oh, Christ.
In a great Woody Allen movie, in a fantasy sequence in black and white. Anybody know what movie it is?
Manhattan?
No. No, it's in the movie Everything You Ever Wanted to Know About Sex But Were Afraid to Ask. They have a fake game show called What's Your Perversion?
Yes, and he is...
And Regis Philbin plays him. It's a great movie. I highly recommend it.
It's very funny.
I'm pretty sure I can guess what Woody Allen's perversion is.
Oh, boy.
Well, you know...
Look at the time.
Well, it has no bearing on why that movie is funny. Never mind.
It's hard to separate.
No, that's a good...
If
that's
you're
an
a Regis
amusing
fan,
flick.
that's a very good movie to watch.
Yeah.
It's segments. I think, what is it, 6-8 segments or whatever. And the one with Gene Wilder where he's the doctor that falls in love with a sheep is one of the funniest segments in any motion picture ever made.
Yes, yeah.
There's he plays himself on an episode of Seinfeld where he meets Kramer and has Kramer on the show and he keeps going, this guy is bonkers. He's bonkers.
The coffee table book. That's right.
Great.
Coming back, we have, would you like to see your doctor in a swimsuit?
What?
We'll find out. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Tell us what you think. Call 888-BOB-TOM-1. More of the Bob and Tom Show next.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of
Loads of curvy cleavage on display.
the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Don't touch those.
Sorry. The human drama of
Loads of curvy cleavage on display.
This is
The Bob and Tom Show. No shoes, no shirt, no towel.
Thanks so much for joining us on a Monday. Jess Hooker, Reno Collier on the way. Also, don't forget the laughter after the Bob and Tom Show. Ace Cosby steps in as your host. It's Bob and Tom's work farce. All the fun without really that much effort. Keep your smile going all day. Whether you're back on the job, you can keep your coworkers guessing, or at home, you can keep your family guessing as you tune to Bob and Tom 24/7 all day long. Ace Cosby in the work farce right after the Bob and Tom Show right here on Bob and Tom 24/7. More of the show after this.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Reigning AL Cy Young Award winner Justin Verlander has a strained right forearm and will be shut down for at least 2 weeks. Astros manager Dusty Baker made that announcement yesterday, but denied a report that he said the injury would end Verlander's season. He said Verlander would be evaluated after 2 weeks. The Texas Rangers right-hander Corey Kluber left his first start at almost 15 months after just an inning yesterday due to shoulder tightness. The two-time Cy Young Award winner threw 18 pitches, faced 3 batters. Colorado's Trevor Story walked and was thrown out trying to steal. Rangers said 34-year-old Kluber reported feeling the tightness in the first few pitches, and it got worse as innings progressed. Shohei Ohtani didn't record an out in the two-way Stars' long-awaited return to the mound for the Angels, allowing the first 6 Oakland batters to reach base, a 6-4 loss to the Athletics. Other winners and losers in Major League Baseball yesterday. Official games, Yankees, Detroit, and Colorado win in Interleague. American League again, Cleveland, Baltimore, Tampa Bay, Minnesota, Seattle, and Oakland. And the National League winners, Miami, Pittsburgh, the Cubs, Arizona, Atlanta, and San Francisco. President Trump will not throw out the first pitch at Yankee Stadium next month after all. In a tweet yesterday, Trump blamed the change in plans on his stronger focus on the virus and vaccines and the economy. Michael Thompson birdied 2 of the last 3 holes, a 4 under 67, and a 2-stroke victory in the 3M Open yesterday in Blaine, Minnesota. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Hey, Border Patrol agents in Texas seized $1.5 million worth of pot recently hidden in a shipment of ketchup.
What? Where'd they put it? Let me go get rid of it.
Had a street value of over $1.5 million.
Hidden in ketchup.
Ketchup.
Wow.
Well, there's the famous story from one of our favorites involving a woman who was caught smuggling
drugs.
hundreds of thousands of dollars of drugs.
In my nether region.
In my nether region. He goes, God, I hope it wasn't marijuana. See, that would be rather large cavity.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm getting married to my pickup truck. It never leaves me when I'm down on my luck. It doesn't shop at fancy stores or have a lawyer or want a divorce, no. It doesn't care if I stay out late. It doesn't bitch about the money I made. We'll be together till the end. It won't sleep with my best friend. I'm gonna get down on one knee and ask my truck if it'll marry me. I'll never drive another car. We'll honeymoon at the bar. I'm gonna have the time of my life. The exhaust pipe's tighter than my ex-wife. You think I'm crazy, but listen to this. I can bring home a hooker and it won't get pissed. No, the wedding ring won't cost me $1 when I get married to my pickup truck.
Hi, this is Rodney Carrington, and you are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, Bob and Tom, it's Donnie Baker, man. I just wanted to let you guys know about my new part-time job. Hell, I'm giving commencement speeches to graduating classes at colleges. Really? Hey, where's my music? You know, pomp and circumcision. Anyways, man, this is easy money. Thing is, I don't lie to them like most of these people do, man. No. I tell them, hey, this time next year, your main concern will be whether I want fries or apple dippers with my Big Mac. It's kind of like a scared straight program and graduation all in one. And I also tell them they're leaving behind the time and place where getting laid was easier than it ever will be again for the rest of their whole lives. From here on out, man, it only gets harder, sadder, and more complicated. It's laws of nature. Look it up. Then when the hot chicks come up to get their diplomas, I'll yell at them to flash a little boob. I swear to God I do. Donnie Baker.
Tom, I want to tell you, you're never more attractive than when you're giving me $1,000. 746 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
And a lot of people must think I'm great looking.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, I'm
I don't know when
sorry.
my initials became ATM.
Ooh.
Because the T stands for
Are you into
Tom.
that, ATM? Sorry,
I don't know. Christy has a very quick forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by the CarX Man. Thunderstorms moving in this afternoon. Look for a high of 90.
Thank you. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show.
He can't help himself.
It's okay.
We don't know what we're doing. Thank God he's here.
Well, there's a thing up there that never. Okay, I'm sorry. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. As you can see, we have a defense this morning in the form of Chick McGee. Then I look over there and I see, oh my gosh, that's the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair where you just for no reason at all, get your sweetie maybe some earrings or get that guy that you love so much, get him something. IHateStevenSinger.com, you'll get a great deal. Tell them the Bob and Tom Show sent you. Now, where was it?
Oh, and my name is Josh Arnold. That's
Hi, Josh
sitting
Arnold.
at the Steven Singer.
Not a word about your name.
What did I say?
You said everything but.
Oh, okay. So I got the important stuff in.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, I'll do it again. I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to.
No. We're
Don't
going to
do
give
it again.
the full intro. We'll do
Oh,
it just so
crap.
you're
This is
very
my
happy.
fault. I
Yes.
apologize to everybody.
Thank you very much.
Oh, boy.
I gave everything
Dearly
but.
beloved.
So the butt in the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair is the butt of Josh Arnold.
That's right. Hi, everybody.
Now, if butts
It's a
could
nice
talk,
butt.
Pat Cochran, if butts could talk, what would Josh's butt say?
Oh, you smell wonderful.
Thank you very much. Willie G. Hey, my beautiful boy Willie G is in the hot box over there.
I'm crying, you guys.
Let's
How
see.
Mr. Howland of you.
And then
Beautiful boy.
Christy, don't tell her.
Do what?
I think she's shrinking. Did you lower your
God,
seat?
I wish I could shrink.
What,
No.
that cobalt, that's a good color on you.
Is that?
It
Thank
is.
you.
It looks
really
real
is.
good.
You
Yeah.
look very, very nice. But did you lower your chair?
No, I didn't touch it.
All right,
I
okay.
promise.
Then you're shrinking. Okay. Christy's shrinking in the Navy Federal Credit Union
Well, you
newsroom.
know, it's probably true.
A shrinking violet.
There you go.
You ever use that phrase?
No, not ever once. I have no idea
Not
what
ever
it means.
once.
Let's see. She's in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom, and Pat Godwin is trapped in the other building.
I'm not trapped.
Just
I'm all alone.
For some more stuff coming up. I got a nice letter, which we're going to get to in just a second.
From a woman who wants to meet Pat?
I'll have to go search the email.
Fan mail from some flounder?
No, it's in reference to our buddy Greg Warren, comedian Greg Warren.
I'm sorry, who?
Greg Warren, the comedian, did a nice live performance.
Oh, he does the rim shot for us. Yeah,
Greg Warren. Yeah.
Well, that's
Funny
coming
guy,
up.
man.
And then we have the... Oh, could you get that, please?
Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom Show, USA, hello, it's me, Larry King.
Hey, Larry, how are you, buddy?
Well, as if 2020 didn't suck hard enough, now it's gone and taken legendary television host Regis Philbin.
Yeah,
My God, it's hard to believe the kid is gone. You know, he was one of the all-time greats, always genial, gracious, charming on the air.
Yeah, beloved.
Just as nice a guy when the cameras were turned off.
Oh, good.
Always had a kind word, a smile for everyone.
Glad to hear it.
He made the best fried bologna sandwiches in New York.
Did not know that about Regis.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He knew the lyrics to every TV theme song ever made.
It was quite a singer.
And was always the first one to jab a needle of adrenaline into your heart if you overdosed. Or even if you just happened to doze off in your recliner. And I'll tell you, that's a hell of a way to wake up.
I bet.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, sure, he was a bit of a prankster. You know, whenever we go bowling, he'd fill my balls' finger holes with pudding.
Oh, that's a classic.
Well, at least I hope that was pudding. Yeah. Whenever he would come over to the house, he'd secretly replace my family photos with pictures of Howie Mandel.
Hilarious.
I didn't notice it for a whole year. He was always pulling stuff like that. After one of his visits, I found a live lobster in my toilet.
Hilarious.
Oh, God, the kid. Plus, he stuffed a cube of bouillon in my shower head, so I bathed in chicken broth. Yeah, dogs chased me for a week. But then the Reed would crack up, and you just couldn't stay mad at him.
Yeah, it's a shame.
The guy he also spent more hours on television entertaining folks than anyone in history,
That's true.
even more than me. But that's only because they dropped me from the Ice Road Truckers as one of the drivers after the first season.
Yeah, well, you jackknifed immediately. It was a bad.
I know. Well, okay. Did you have to say that, Josh? Jeez. Anyway, what the hell? Regis deserves the title. He was one of a kind.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Regis.
Yes, sir.
Goodbye.
Thank you very much, Larry.
Well, thank you,
I
Larry.
didn't know he was a prankster.
I didn't either.
Who knew?
Had not heard the fried bologna sandwich thing. Those are...
Now I want a fried bologna. I haven't had a fried bologna sandwich forever.
I've never had one. And don't
Get you some.
One of those big red logs of bologna, just slice it up. Yeah.
I got a nice text from Greg Warren.
Yes.
Over the weekend.
Did you really?
So what?
Yeah, he bothered me too a little bit.
Speaking of
lonely or
super
what the
nice guys, this goes back a couple months when I asked if he was going to be in the show, and you guys responded as follows. Oh, is Greg Warren coming in today?
Oh, come on. What a jerk.
Wow, it's just mean.
Mixed reaction.
Greg has a great new comedy special, Clean as a Whistle. Watch it with the kids.
Yeah, on Amazon. It's great.
And it's called...
a lot of words.
Where the field corn grows.
Yes, where the field corn grows. You learn the difference between field corn and
sweet corn, yeah.
I genuinely laughed out loud a lot.
Yeah. By the way, I had the best corn of the year yesterday. So.
Oh, did you really?
Oh, it's finally back.
Did you do it in the microwave or on the grill?
No. But
out of the can?
Well, which is it?
Wasn't in a can. Never.
I'm trying to have a conversation.
I'm not going to talk about it now.
Popcorn?
Chick, I grilled some corn for him a week ago, and then he put it in the microwave afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but just to bring it up to speed,
the
the point is, I got a nice thing from Greg because Huey Baker.
Oh, I saw this.
Came to one of his shows. Now,
Yes.
I'm going to play a little recording of Greg. And first off, I got a letter mentioning that Greg did some great live shows, I guess, over the weekend in, was it Louisville?
Or Lexington.
One of the
I think
two.
it was Lexington.
Comedy off Broadway, maybe?
Here we go. It was, Comedy Off Broadway in Lexington,
Yeah.
Kentucky. This guy writes, this is from, Dion. Sorry. I went
Don't you get the runaround from that guy? Come on.
I saw Greg Warren at Comedy Off Broadway in Lexington, Kentucky. Had a great time. Everybody needs to go see a comedy show. When Josh Arnold comes back to Lexington, I will be there.
All right. Thank you, Dion. That's one of my favorite places on earth.
Thank you, Dion.
Lexington rocks.
In any event, there's a picture of Greg and Huey Baker at the show, both wearing masks. And I can't quite figure out why Greg is wearing a sarong.
Well, sarong, it's right.
I saw the photograph, but I didn't notice he was wearing a sarong.
I'm going to come look at this.
That closely.
What is a sarong?
It's like a wrap that women wear over their bathing suit.
Come on.
It's a wrap sarong.
Willie, a sarong is what Dorothy Lamour wore in Bob Hope, Bing Crosby movies. Everybody knows that.
It's not a sarong. It's the way that the picture looks. It's a shirt. It's like a polo shirt. It's blue on the shoulders, and it stops at about chest level and then becomes black.
Oh,
it's just
why would you think that was a sarong?
Yeah, it kind of looks like he's wrapped in an apron or something.
Yeah, it looks like he's got. Okay,
it's just the color of his shirt.
Okay, so they sell those, and clearly that just shouts dollar store. But Huey Baker became somewhat famous based on this piece from Greg Warren.
Comedian Greg Warren, former state champion wrestler. You're the son of a wrestling coach. Now, I assume your dad was also your wrestling coach. Is that correct?
Yes, he was, yeah.
That had to be a little weird.
Yeah, people are always asking me, they're like, hey, that must have been tough. Your dad was a wrestling coach. He must have pushed you really hard. And he did. I mean, but you think about it, he pushed me in athletics. That's sort of a normal thing to push your kid in, right? I mean, there's people out there who spend their whole lives trying to find Bigfoot. How'd you like to have that guy pushing you? Do you even want to find Bigfoot, son? Because you don't act like it. You don't have a tracking map. You don't have night goggles. You don't know how to make a plaster mold out of a footprint. What, do you think he's going to just show up, son? Oh, wait, there's somebody at the door. It's Bigfoot, Greg. You found Bigfoot? That's not the way it works, pal. You better shape up, because right now I don't think you could find the neighbor's dog. Now, my dad was, he was a high school wrestling coach, so I wrestled, and my mom was into music, so I played the clarinet in the band, which, they made fun of me, especially the guys on the wrestling team, especially my best friend, Huey Baker. He was a black guy. He's one of those guys that would just get a hold of something and never shut up. Look at Greg, man. Greg played a flute. It's a clarinet, Huey. It's a flute, Greg. You a flute man. Look at little flute man, Greg. Flute your flute, Greg. Little flute man, Greg. He'll be on the bus going to a match. He'll be real quiet, and all of a sudden you hear, hop, 2, 3, 4. What the hell we fighting for? Flute man. It's embarrassing when you're out there wrestling and you hear, hit him with your flute, Greg. Hit him with your flute. And my friend Nick got it worse. Nick was one of these guys. He had like high shoulders. He looked like a turtle. So we called him No Neck Nick. Look at Nick, man. Nick ain't got no neck. Where your neck at, Nick? No neck, Nick. No neck, Nick. No neck, Nick, patty whack, get a dog a bone. But it can't be no neck bone, because Nick ain't got no neck. Where your neck at, Nick? The foot bone is connected to the knee bone, is connected to the hip bone, is connected right to the head bone, because there ain't no neck bone. Because you ain't got no neck. If Nick put on a turtleneck, he would be blind.
Huey Baker in person this weekend with Greg Warren.
That's a great shot.
Yeah, how cool.
How would you think that shirt was a sarong? It even has a pocket on it.
Well, I think it's the way it's.
But who would think of the word? Who would think of the word sarong?
It's like a sarong to me.
It looks like a sarong.
I'll tell you what.
A sarong?
It's an ugly shirt. When we come back, we'll have.
It looks like a dress.
Botox in the news and a cinema that floats. It's all coming up. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show. Chime in with an email. Send to Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. More of the Bob and Tom Show next.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night.
Some like Bud, some like Schmitz, but for me,
Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Hope you had a great weekend. We're back here on a Monday, skating at full strength. It's the 27th of July, 2020. Reno Collier on the way. You can follow him at Reno Collier. Go to renocollier.net to check out what Reno is up to, which I know is a bunch of nothing for the moment. However, he did say last week he's got some gigs coming up later on in August. So we'll see if those happen. We certainly hope so, because Reno's a great person to catch live in person. And we'll have him live via Zoom later this morning right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk, suggesting a narrower pandemic relief package may be all that's possible. The White House is still pushing ahead with Monday's planned rollout of the Senate Republicans' $1 trillion effort. The Trump administration's top negotiators, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, spent the weekend at the Capitol trying to finish the package and say the agreement in principle has been reached with Senate Republicans. And the price of gold has surged to a record as investors move money around, and they move it into an asset that is seen safe during uncertain times. The price surged more than $30 to over $1,926 per ounce. It added 1.5% after breaking its 2011 record high prices on Friday. And Hurricane Douglas coming within razor-thin distance of the Hawaiian Islands, but the storm spared Hawaii the worst of the strong winds, storm surge, and flooding that officials had warned about. Meteorologists cautioned the hurricane's path could shift slightly, and Douglas could still unload its destructive power on the islands of Oahu and Kauai. They're calling on residents there to remain vigilant. Heavy rain and wind gusts battered Maui during the morning. Despite all the dangers, surfers rode waves and residents took selfies at a lookout point next to the ocean. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
You don't remember Dr. Frank King?
No, I don't remember Dr. Frank King. What did he do with sundials?
Oh, he's a 76-year-old fellow at the Computer Science Institute of Churchill College.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, he's chair of the British Sundial Society.
How many people are in the Sundial Society?
That has to be the most boring meeting.
I remember we did this story. Isn't the story essentially people aren't relying on sundials as much as they once were? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, he wants to get young people interested in sundials.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Bob.
And this is Tom. And this is Bob and Tom 24/7.
Comedy on your computer all day and all night.
Bob and Tom 24/7.
Voices in my head told me that I love you. Voices in my head said you love me too. Yes, they do. You know they're always right. So I'm listening tonight to the voices in my head. Yeah, the voices in my head said we'll always be together. So I got your name tattooed in flaming red on my forehead. They come in crystal clear, but my doctor, he can't hear the voices in my head. Yeah, the voices in my head said to stop my medication. The voices in my head said to jump the wall and run and buy a gun. You know they're always right, so I won't put up a fight with the voices in my head. I see you on TV, and the voices are telling me that you want me and you need me, and your boyfriend should be dead and gone. The voices in my head said to break in your apartment and hide under the bed, because your love was...
3 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show. Here's Christy with the weather forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the CarX Man. And says sunshine early, then thunderstorms possible this afternoon. High of 90.
No, it says sunshine early, then the The car man, right?
Scattered thunderstorms overnight, becoming partly cloudy after midnight, and then partly cloudy on Tuesday with a high of 84.
Correct.
77.
I was hoping you'd do it as the car X man. Therefore, hey,
Because
can
I'm
you
not a man.
I'm trying to fix up. Can you grab that yellow wire over there, Christy?
This one?
Boy, you know, Christy, you've been injured at work. I can see the smoke coming out of your head. You know what to do when you're injured at work?
Oh, I got to reach for a hammer.
Oh, that's a good. No, you know, that's not a hammer. That's just an electric shock. No, I'll take care of this, Josh. No, to find out what your work injury is worth, you need a work injury lawyer. Therefore, you go to my friends at Galitko and Daly. They're the work injury lawyers. They are OSHA trained, ready to help you with your work injury. And I'll make this real easy for you. You don't have to spell Galitko or Daly. You just go to IndianaWorkers.com because they have the right answer because they go to work when you can't. It's that simple. Galitko and Daly. Now, keep listening for your shot at $1,000 on Q95. Coming up multiple times today. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here.
What do you think of that?
On this,
I really liked it.
On this, how do you like to do it? July 27th?
July 27th, 2020.
Okay.
There you go.
I like 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, 2020s. Wait a minute, I don't like this year. I can't wait to be singing Old Lang Syne, kissing this one off. But welcome back in the big room. It's Ace, Chick, Josh at the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair.
Hi.
This is Tom speaking. Through the glass over there, it's Willie. Through the glass over there, it's Christy. And in the other building, through the magic of television cameras, we have Pat Conlon. Thank you very much. It's good to be here. Certainly appreciate your joining us. Hope you're doing okay. We're going to go back to the newsroom and see what's going on with Christy Lee.
Doctors are sharing their finest swimsuit selfies online after a controversial new study claimed surgeons who post these kinds of pictures are unprofessional. The study was published in the Journal of Vascular Surgery, and it touched on the impact of, quote, publicly available social media content.
Well, I've always found it when these vascular surgeons model like this, it is pretty vain.
Oh, nice.
This is about you.
Nice.
Draining the main vein. You ever tell that to family? You're going to the bathroom?
Draining the main vein.
I got to go drain the main vein.
That's classy.
We've been joined by Jess Hooker. Jess, anyone you know ever say they were, quote unquote, draining the main vein?
Oh, yeah.
Just the guy that said it.
That's right. That's how I show I'm cool. I say stuff like that.
Really?
I'm going to go drain the old main vein.
The drain in Spain is mainly urine. I don't know. It's so I'm sorry. So doctors, what's wrong with the doctor?
Okay, so here's the deal. In order to conduct the study, researchers, who were mostly men, by the way, created neutral, undercover accounts to investigate content that was posted online.
All right.
They deem photos that display alcohol, that contain inappropriate attire, such as bathing suits or costumes, and posts with censored profanity or controversial opinions as potentially unprofessional content, and that could affect future patients' physicians' choices. Well, the doctors really didn't care for this study, so now they have been going online posting lots of pictures of themselves in bathing suits, both men and women, under the hashtag #MedBikini.
So what they were Googling their doctor to see if there's a...
Well, this is kind of the new thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think you
do
check
this for
people out.
new hires. You do this for
potential dates.
I think they've been doing this for a while. Yeah.
Swimsuits is one thing. Pictures of your surgeon getting hammered are another. I mean,
necessarily.
Well, I don't know if they're hammered.
Hey, doctor, after you've conducted the brain surgery, please do whatever you want.
I agree, but
you want to go have a drink? Go for it, sir.
Yeah,
Go
I
for
would
it,
tell the
madame.
people that did this, I would say get a life. What are you doing? You're making fake accounts and you're looking at medical professionals. If you're making a fake Instagram account, you're the person in the wrong, right?
I agree.
Yeah, typically, yes.
And I'm telling you right now,
if you're making a burner account,
I am looking right now at Dr. Fauci in this thong, and I'll tell you what, this man is a medical god.
He's just a little ball of sex, isn't he, Christy? Huh?
Oh, Fauci? No, I'm not attracted to him.
How Fauci?
But people got mad at Fauci for throwing out the pitch because can't he be working? People can't do their job all the time. Let them have a life, even though they're scientists. You jerk.
Wow, who does that sound like? Tom Jr., everybody.
No, that's true. Anyone who complains that Fauci threw out the first pitch because he should...
Right. I've never understood that.
What are they doing? Those people, they're just sitting in front of their computer criticizing everyone.
I don't know.
You need a release valve. Let these people have some...
It would hit you negatively if you saw someone you respected, like your doctor or something, at a yacht rock show enjoying themselves. I don't think you'd care for that.
If they were performing surgery on you the next day, yes, but not in
But not like on a Friday afternoon or Friday night.
So. Right.
Everybody has a weekend.
I have said this before. If your favorite NFL team happens to be on Sunday Night Football, don't get that surgery the next morning if your doctor is a fan. But
I see what you're saying.
No, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're a lot. Get a life. Is what
I feel bad for teachers who have to try to balance this weird social media life, and I mean, there's a lot.
Well, there are a lot of people who post very foolish things it seems like a great idea at the time.
Right.
Hey, Mondor, video me drinking off this butt crack. Yes, doctor, but first.
Doctor.
Dr. Mondor.
Okay.
Good news for those of you who want to travel for the Texas Testicle Festival. They will move forward with their August 1st start date.
Oh, the TTF is going on?
Yep, despite COVID-19.
Wait a minute. The what?
The Texas Testicle Festival.
Is this, I assume, one of those, is this
Rocky Mountain oyster?
Yes, but it's all kinds of different oysters, if you will.
Oh.
Yeah, and they held one in January. About 150 people showed up pre-COVID.
You ever held one?
They served up fried turkey,
Just leave
lamb.
it right. Notice how no one responded.
Right.
You have your own little private testicle festival, don't you? A little party?
The festival served up fried turkey, lamb, and veal testes.
Veal testes?
Yes.
Those just barely dropped.
Oh, my God. There are veal testicles?
That's what it says.
You know what they call it, veal?
Because if they called it baby cows,
Yeah.
no one would eat it.
I would eat more.
By the way,
have you ever eaten
veal? Yes.
No,
the fresher the better. I want it straight out of the uterus onto my plate.
You've had hog balls, is that right?
Yes,
Rocky Mountain oysters are
They are
full testicles.
They are.
Oh, you meant? Sorry.
They're delicious. I don't care what anybody says. There's one of my favorite all-time restaurants is a place called Cattleman Steakhouse in Oklahoma City.
Oh my God!
They're sort of famous for these. Oh God, they're good.
Well, they deep fry them and they put all kinds of spices in them. So.
Is there a killer recipe for
bull testicles?
They're great. You dip them in some cocktail sauce.
Oh.
Now, here we go. I just Googled this, and instead of finding that, I found out an Icelandic craft beer made from whale testicles. The Stegi Brewery is producing a seasonal beer made from whale testicles.
Dickens character.
Stegi Brewery. Stegi.
It's they make stuff out of rotten sharks, soured whale fat, ram's testicles, etc. So they've perfected a beer.
Run out of food? What?
Yeah, really.
Yeah, you can eat normal things.
Are they out of hops?
Would anybody in here who would not try a Rocky Mountain oyster?
I wouldn't.
I would not.
Yeah, it tastes like it's like alligator, any of those other exotic
I
meats.
kind of disagree. I think it has a distinct flavor.
No, alligator is okay. I would not. We've tried that, but I would not. No.
Why?
Come on, Krista, put some balls in your mouth.
Thanks. You know, I got no sleep last night. I really am having a rough day. I don't want to hear from HR. Okay.
By the way, they've only sold.
Direct it to Jess, would you?
They've only sold 20 tickets.
Sorry,
20 tickets.
As of last Thursday, they'd only sold 20 tickets.
I bet it's a huge event otherwise.
Yeah, and to avoid running out, testicle service will only be from 4 to 8. If you do not prefer to snack on gonads, you can purchase crawfish, lobster tail burgers, beer, wine, and liquor at the event.
By the way, I'm just guessing.
Yes.
The kind of guy that, under the circumstances in this world today, that's going to go to a testicle festival, I'm guessing some rather unusual face masks.
Well, I mean, here the thing is that they wanted to cancel this festival. They tried to scare people with this virus. They wanted to cancel but the people that go to this, they have balls. You know, they got balls.
Yeah, there you go. Sure.
Man, the setup's got to match the punchline.
It was too long. It was too long, Josh. I got halfway through. I was about to do air quotes. Did you guys see that? I was doing air quotes and I saw him on camera and I go, too long. I ditched him. It was bad. Then I was looking at Jess. I could see her. She was checking her watch over there.
And when they serve the testicles, it's kind of like Starbucks.
Yeah?
Instead of going small, medium, large.
Oh, yeah. They have
Starbucks
different.
is what like a venti, grande.
Tall. Yeah.
Tall means the smallest size, which is ridiculous.
Right.
But for the testicle festival, if you want the large size, they're called church bells.
Yes, right. Yeah, that makes sense. And if you want the smaller, you say Barry Bonds.
You want XL, you go with truck nuts.
Steroid joke.
Anybody else want to eat hog balls?
I'll try anything
Would
once.
you try it, Chick?
No.
I would not. I can make arrangements to have them cooked here.
Oh, my Lord.
Jess, do you have like a recipe for testicles, or you just deep fry them?
Yeah, we had them once from the butcher that I use, and we just fried them. We didn't put batter on them or anything, and they were delicious.
Did you slice them, or did you cook them in the round?
Yeah, slice them. Yeah, no, slice
Cook them in the round, yes. They're like Cadbury eggs.
You bite down, it's like that. What was that old gum they used to call?
Oh, that squirted in your mouth.
The gusher. There we go.
Freshen
There
up.
was
Freshen up.
There was a slang term for that gum.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it rhymes with
Come
gum.
to think of it, it was.
Yeah,
no, I can't think.
Yes, it did, Josh.
Come to think of it, you just said it.
Gee, look at the time.
Give me the teaser, Christy Lee.
Still to come, we have a St. Bernard being rescued, not rescuing.
Oh, did you see the pictures?
Yes, I did.
I love St. Bernards. I really do.
Man, they slobber.
Yes, they do. Yeah,
get your shoes.
I love
wet,
them.
petting them. No, thank you.
If you want a really big, get a Newfie. They're gorgeous. You want to get a dog?
They're nocturnal. Don't listen.
No, I'm not going to get a dog.
Newfies aren't nocturnal.
Great Pyrenees are the
No, Great Pyrenees.
No, they stay up late and change your passcodes. All your debit cards.
That's true.
Yeah.
But you can always tell when you look at your credit card and
they're evil. Yeah, dog toys. What's this all about?
Who keeps buying all this bacon? My dogs love BLTs, except they don't like the L or much of the T. It's mostly the B. Okay. When we come back, this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey man, this is Donnie Baker, and this is Bob and Tom 24/7. I swear to God it is. That's like all day and most of the night.
Hey, Donnie Baker. Hope you had a great weekend. I know I did. I'm Mark Allison. Thanks so much for joining us here on a Monday morning, the 27th of July. Hey, do you have the Bob and Tom app? It's available for free in your iTunes or Google Play Store. You can tune into your local station. Pretty cool. Check out Bob and Tom 24/7. That's the Bob and Tom 24-hour comedy station. You can even set an alarm that'll wake you up with a show. Imagine that. Josh Arnold, the first voice you hear in the morning. The Bob and Tom app. It's free. Check it out today in your iTunes or Google Play Store. And if you know friends or family or anyone who's a Bob and Tom fan, tell them to download the app as well. Won't cost them anything. It's free. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Guitarist Peter Green of Fleetwood Mac has passed away at the age of 73. He died in his sleep over the weekend. Stevie Nicks, who joined Fleetwood Mac after Green left in 1971, says her biggest regret is she never got to share a stage with them. Peter Green also wrote the song Black Magic Woman, which is one of Santana's biggest hits. The hip-hop snippet of Chicago's song 25 or 6 to 4 that was used in a U.S. Army ad is now a full-length song. Chicago and rapper Real Name James have released a 2.5-minute version of the tune with new lyrics about finding one's inner warrior. The U.S. Army had used an abbreviated version in November for its What's Your Warrior marketing campaign. Chicago's Robert Lamb, who wrote the original song, says it's exciting to have his song morph into a powerful audio and visual experiences. And for decades, if there was a TV set around, there was a pretty good chance you could find Regis Philbin's face on it. The longtime broadcast icon died of natural causes Friday night, just a month before his 89th birthday. Regis did more than 15,000 hours on the air, earning him recognition in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most broadcast hours logged by a TV personality. And the last surviving lead performer in the movie Gone with the Wind passed away over the weekend. Olivia De Havilland, the beloved doe-eyed actor, died at the age of 104 at her home in Paris. She took home 2 Oscars during her career and behind the scenes challenged Hollywood's contract system, which often tied performers to their deals after they had expired. That's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show is on the way.
Hi, this is Bobcat Goldthwait, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
They say 3% of the people use 5 to 6% of their brain. 97% use just 3%, and the rest goes down the drain. I will never know which one I am, but I'll bet you my last dime. 99% think we're 3% 100% of the time.
Gotta write that down.
They say 72% of all statistics are made up right there on the spot. 84.4% of people believe them, whether they're accurate statistics or not. Now, I will never know what you believe, but I do know there's no doubt I need another double shot of something 90 proof. This is too much to think about. It's too much to think about. Too much to figure out. Stuck between hope and doubt with too much to think about. They say 92% of everything you learned in high school was bullcrap that you will never need. 82% of everything you got, you bought just to satisfy your greed. Because 94% of the entire population links possessions to success, even though 80% of the wealthiest 1% of the population drinks to an alarming extent. It's too much to think about, too much to figure out. Stuck between hope and doubt, I've got too much to think about. 82% of all statisticians truly hate their freaking jobs. The average bank robber lives within, say, about 20 miles of the bank he robs. There's this little bank not far from here I've had my eyes on now for a while. Lately, all I can think about is going out in style. Yeah! It's too much to think about, too much to figure out. Stuck between hope and doubt. It's too much to think about.
Essential Morning Radio. All day and all night. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. 24/7.
Thanks for joining us. With us in the studio, comedian Billy Gardell, Comedy Central, with a Comedy Central stand-up special. Where'd you film that?
New York, at the Hudson Theater, which is really cool. It was, 2 blocks off of Broadway. And I called my dad to try to share a moment with him. My dad was a steel worker in Pittsburgh, so I should have known better. I said, Dad, I'm 2 blocks from Broadway. He goes, yeah, well, enjoy it. That's probably as close as you're ever going to get. All right, Dad.
Thanks, Dad.
Thanks a lot. For,
Love you, too.
His favorite game to play with me when I'm home is look at the TV star taking out my trash. That's his favorite little game. He loves to show the neighbors. Look, still takes it to the curb.
Now we can read and types like a secretary.
8:21 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Christy has a quick forecast.
Q95 Fox 59 weather brought to you by the Car X-Man. We have sunshine, plenty of it early, but thunderstorms roll in this afternoon, probably around 2 o'clock or so. Look for a high of 90, currently 77.
And coming up, some serious cash, so pay attention, all right? This is the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us. The big room. Ace is here? You know what that means?
Right there.
Oh, man, that means the Ace Cosby joke of the day is Moments Away.
Glad you remembered that.
Nice.
You will.
I said I'm glad you remembered that.
Okay. With the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair is occupied by Josh Arnold. I'm Tom. Let's see now. Through the glass, it's Willie G.
Hey.
Through the glass over there in a separate room, it's Christy Lee.
Hi, everybody.
And then around the corner, it's Pat Godwin. And then in her home, checking in with us, it's Jess Hooker. Looking great today, Jess. Like the lipstick. You look all tan.
I am. I was outside all weekend, so yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did you have a good time?
Yeah, I did. And driving that Jeep around, I'm getting a little more sun.
All right. Man, let's try that out.
Yeah.
Topless.
Yeah.
The Jeep.
Yes.
Yeah, not the...
At least.
Not the Jess, yeah.
You never know. She let her finish.
Well,
I've been approached by a lot of Jeep groups. This is a big community, I guess. And I wonder if there is a topless Jeep group.
There
well,
should be.
I think you might want to start one.
There's lots of all women's groups, so I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, well, right now, ladies and gentlemen, he's not topless or jokeless. Of course, it's Ace Cosby, our engineer, with the Ace Cosby joke of the day.
How many choreographed dancers does it take to peel a carrot?
Oh, good question.
Wow.
Good question.
I already like this.
I've always wondered this. How many?
5, 6, 7, 8.
All right.
Hope you saw the jazz hands there.
Oh, yes.
That sold the joke.
Why peel a carrot?
Who knows?
Yeah, that's one of the joys.
I was going julienne fries or something.
That's one of the joys of that
The June
joke.
Taylor dancers, right?
It could be screwing a light bulb. It could
be anything, yeah.
Very
I love that.
Yeah, how many dances does it take to screw in a light bulb?
Okay, now we were discussing is it the Texas Testicle Festival?
That is correct, sir. August 1st.
TTF 2020.
Okay, so it is going to take place.
Yeah, they were saying
Jess,
it.
you got a testicle guy? Your butcher?
Yeah, we can get some. Yeah, absolutely. And I think there's multiple kinds. There might be kangaroo testicles too.
I can't.
why can't you eat kangaroo testicles, Chick McGee?
They make me jumpy.
Yes, the classics. Nice. I know the key to eating testicles, Christy.
Yeah.
Wash them. Want to wash them first.
Yeah.
Well, and you got to get your hair out.
And you got to sort of, how should we put this? Detassel them.
Yeah. Now, Chick, did you have an encounter about this at the grocery store recently in the potato section?
You did, didn't you?
Did I?
Yes.
Yeah, this lady was looking at her potatoes, and I walked up and I said,
what did she have, like a potato in each hand?
Yeah, and I said, hey, mine are just like that. And she said, your potatoes? I said, no, my testicles.
That's not at all.
Oh, that's not at all what the joke is.
That's not how it works.
My testicles are just like that? Is that the way I should go?
And she said, oh, this big? And
I
you
go,
said,
no, they're that dirty. Okay, is that better?
Yes, better. That's
Man,
the way
I
it goes.
cannot tell a joke. There's
So I'm
no doubt
Googling
about
this,
it.
and I find this headline,
hey,
Icelandic.
those look like my balls. That's how the joke would go. And she'd grab a cucumber.
My balls no. Hey, those look like my dirty balls. That's what I'd say.
And then she'd go, this big? No, they're dirty.
Hey, man, my balls are dirty.
It really takes away the joke. I'm sorry.
That is exactly the way I'm gonna. I would tell it.
I found another thing about this this whale testicle beer. I mean, because every couple of months we get some other weird. Remember the one that they made it from some guy's beard yeast?
Yeah.
And they made a beer from the pubic region of some whatever
Porn star.
Czechoslovakian porn star. This once again is a beer called Havilland. And it is made with whale testicles. The description from the website says the ingredients: pure Icelandic water. So far,
Oh, that
so
sounds
good.
fresh and nice. Yeah.
Barley, berry hops, and sheep dung. And smoked whale balls.
I'm going to pass.
And it says because of a lack of trees in Iceland, they use sheep dung to smoke the balls.
Oh, okay. So they're actually lighting the dung on fire and then
putting
the balls in.
Yeah. I've heard of that. That's so crazy.
That the dung burns. I mean,
wait a minute. I've heard the dung.
Wasn't that one of the more like the 71st post-death Hendrix album?
The dung burns?
Dung burns fire.
Oh, I thought it was one of the least popular soap operas. That were,
As the dung burns. I've heard the dung hitting the fan. I've never heard of it burning.
This spokesperson.
It's burning. You want to get that checked.
Spokesperson says that the smoked dung. First of all, that's weird that it catches on fire. Sheep dung? I didn't know that.
Well, it happened. It started, somebody pranked them. They put poop in a bag and they lit it on fire. They stomped it out and they go, oh my gosh, a beer. What could I do?
Oh, boy. That's,
you know what? I told you this. I was like 15 years ago old when I found out that those bags weren't only on fire, they had poop in them. I never made the connection on that.
I never saw anybody do that for real.
Either have I.
I think the NBA guys are doing it in the bubble.
Yeah, probably.
Are they?
They are doing pranks and running out of pranks.
Yeah, they're ding-dong ditching all over the place.
Guy answers the door barefoot.
Yeah.
The classics.
Just a towel.
Here we go. Here's a little tribute here.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
Thank you very much, Jerry Lee. All right. Now, there's this is really gross. Would you drink this beer knowing it was made with?
No.
There are many fine beers available. Do what?
I think it's I think it's steeped. I mean, I know this is literal, but like a tea bag situation.
Oh.
Josh?
And that's why they smoke it so that you get the flavor, but you can't really juice the testicles of a whale and put it in a beer.
So if you try hard enough, you can.
Well, if you're buying dinner first,
Well, he's got to relax.
a nice woman would stay there on the job until he got juiced. Am I right on that?
You got to get a better juicer.
Yeah, that's right. It's a juicer's fault if he ain't getting juiced.
You want to get the high quality, like the Smegma juicer.
Smegma.
That's the name of a company, right, Christy?
Smeg.
Right.
Smeg.
It's called Smeg.
It's
Smegma.
Oh.
It's not, yes.
You think the wives of the employees?
Ma.
You think the wives of the employees?
Egg and Omega together. Yeah, those are two different brands.
So in any event, that's what they're doing out there. Okay. Where were we? Christy Lee's at the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. What else have you got over there?
Despite the cancellation of the Minnesota State Fair, the Midwest dairy industry has announced that the decades-long tradition making sculptures out of butter will continue with some modifications.
And these I've seen these. They're amazing.
The
They're
tradition
really well done.
of sculpting a bust of Prince Princess K of the Milky Way from a 90-pound block of grade A salted butter will be live streamed this year.
Yeah, Princess K from
Please
the Milky
clarify.
Way.
According to the Midwest Dairy Industry, 10 finalists have been selected to compete for the title of Minnesota's 67th Princess K of the Milky Way.
Who the hell's Princess K of the Milky Way?
That's the equivalent of Miss Minnesota or whatever.
Oh, okay.
Or Miss Fair
Right.
or Miss Dairy, whatever it would be in each state.
Right. Yeah. With longtime butter sculptor Linda Christensen will not be able to travel from California this year. Her apprentice, Minnesota sculptor Gary Colzer, will instead sculpt all 10 busts. So they're going to sculpt out of butter the busts of these princesses and her court.
Just the busts? Not like their heads?
Ah, jeez.
Yeah, Josh, I was going to say, you know how to sculpt a bust?
Wow.
You start with the nipples.
I want a lot of butter.
Yeah, but 90-pound butter for the princess. It's like a Paula Deen recipe for lunch.
Yes.
They specified salted. Do you think salted and unsalted butter sculpts differently?
Probably. There's got to be a compound difference.
Yeah, I bet salted is grainy. Maybe.
Well,
you can't.
You would think, though. I mean,
does that change the melting point?
Probably.
I think it does because salt absorbs moisture, and so it would have a different consistency. It would be less greasy.
This is one of the biggest bummers of the summer at no state fairs. I used to love going into the dairy exhibition halls. Just the smell. You know what I mean? I really miss sniffing that dairy air.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming.
You were so
it's not
serious.
1917.
You absolutely had it.
The princess and her royal court will get to keep their heads.
I remember, Josh, I didn't like to go into
that sounded like a fun cartoon from the New York Times at the turn of the century. Smell the dairy air at this week's
I didn't write this. I got this from Humor in Uniform and Reader's Digest. I was at the state fair and I went into the dairy barn and I smelled the dairy air. Get it?
Get it?
Get it? No, the best thing with the milkshakes. You kidding me?
The dairy bar.
Oh, yes.
God,
yes.
the dairy bar.
Grilled cheese.
Grilled cheese dunked in a milkshake.
The princess and her royal court will get to keep their butterheads and decide how to use them.
You know what a butterhead is, right?
A betterhead or a butterhead?
Butterhead. Sorry.
Yes.
Butterhead. She's a great looking girl.
Great body. Butterhead. Oh, boy.
In the past, some have chopped up their heads and served them to family and friends. Some donated them to food pantries.
It's very weird.
One of the reps says, I know of
really
someone.
Well done, though.
You know, butterhead is not a thing, but butterface.
I know, butterface is legitimately a thing.
Butterface is absolutely
Body's
out
nice.
there.
Butterface.
I do like the idea of somebody, every time they make pancakes, they just go to their fridge and they cut off a little butter and throw it in the frying pan.
Yeah, it's sort of.
I can remember my little girls crying when the Mickey Mouse butter came at Disney World and I cut off his ear.
Tell the whole story about you making kids cry at Disney World.
Let's not go into that.
So he's on a ride.
No, we're not going to discuss that.
You know, Mickey's dead, is what he said. Loud enough for kids to hear him.
No, that's false. We have...
Somebody has one of these busts from 50 years ago in their freezer. Can you imagine? That's somebody holding on to
just
the past.
in there dommering.
Yeah. I was a princess once.
Nice new word. I hope that makes the Oxford English Dictionary next year. To be dommered.
Doesn't butter go rancid?
Yeah, it's in a freezer.
Can it go... Do you leave it out or you put it in the fridge?
I keep one on the counter and most in the fridge.
Hey, speaking of that, I got pictures of my fridge. I mean, Ace and I have done our homework.
I don't show them yet. We got
I didn't. I took one too, but you're going to know right away.
I don't have a panoramic camera.
He's doing his own bits.
Josh has jokes, everybody.
Josh beat you to it.
He's putting that fire out. Yeah, I think you'll be able to tell mine, too. I mean, that's,
It's going to be pretty easy.
So, these, if you get a chance, Google these. They're amazing.
The butter sculptures?
The sculptures are really well done.
Yeah, those people know what they're doing. They're talented artists.
Whatever.
Would you like us to have a butter sculpture made of you?
I already had one.
Jess and I had cheese sculpture for the podcast.
Yeah.
Sure did. Boy, that cheese didn't smell great by the time it got to us, I'll tell you.
Well, either do you. So it was kind of...
Do I have to sit here and put up with this part-time... Did we hire him full-time?
We did hire him.
Have we decided?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Was there a meeting?
Okay, back to you, Christy.
Drive-ins are having a moment, but so are boat-ins. Orlando, Florida will be getting a floating cinema for a limited time this September.
I've been to one of these. It was the local AMC.
SEA?
I can't believe you're
I
laughing.
applaud the effort. I applaud the effort.
The
certainly.
cinema will include a giant screen and 12 to 24 mini boats that can accommodate up to 8 people each.
Well, they have to have a Jaws marathon.
I would
they?
hope so.
Tickets must be purchased for a whole boat to ensure groups are seated together and encourage social distancing between boats.
They're doing that at certain clubs also. Seriously.
Yes.
At certain comedy clubs, you have to buy 8 seats to get in. So.
Attendees will receive free popcorn, while other beverages and snacks can be purchased before you set
I
sail.
thought it was a little tasteless that one of these is doing a Natalie Wood marathon.
Yeah, that was.
Holy hell.
I was going to say, I think there's a certain protocol in the same way you don't show a movie like movie Flight with Denzel Washington. You don't show that in a plane. I don't think you show Jaws.
Holly story.
Did you guys know that?
No, you absolutely show Jaws.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, there are 4 Jaws movies. Did you guys know this?
Yeah, I
I only
did.
saw 2.
There's Jaws 2, Jaws in 3D, and Jaws the Revenge.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
exactly right.
We're going to
proud
need
that you
a
know that?
bigger VHS player.
Wow.
Well,
My
you
kids
made
went to the
Jaws- you
drive-in
made
last
Jess laugh.
night.
There
Saw
you
The
go.
Karate Kid and Back to the Future last night.
You did?
No, my kids went. I didn't go. I had to work this morning. I couldn't.
Okay.
I didn't get home till like 12:30 or 1 or something.
Marty.
Yeah.
So, I have a question.
Yes.
How do you go to the bathroom?
Well, you with
right
your
off the boat.
wiener or your bottom.
You probably take your boat back to the concession
Waist
stand,
collect.
Tom.
It's a process.
You gotta start your boat up.
Your
drive
Yeah.
over to
You can, surely you can jump in the water, right?
There's still plenty of time to get to our snack bar.
I have a feeling that Dean is tuning his electric guitar right
As
now.
we speak,
Are we going to come back with that?
No.
That's what I thought you were doing.
Pat, let's go back to sports for just a second.
yes, sir.
What did I do?
There was a big story that the football club from Washington, D.C. is definitely going to change their name now, and they kind of decided they would sort of punt. They're
using my idea that I think they should stick with.
They're apparently temporarily going to use the name the Washington football team.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're just Washington now. Yeah.
And they're going to... Is the merch up and running and up for sale at this point?
There's always been just Washington items.
But the correct title is The Washington Football Team.
They're getting away from the profile of the American and Native American. They're getting away from that too.
So it's just going to be they're keeping the colors it said in the article.
But there's stuff still with the Indian head in.
But they're going to come out with a new name, but they haven't said what it is, and I think they're going to wait till next season. And Pat, you got your guitar out.
On the first part of the new year, the Redskins were looking for change. There were owners and meetings and fans and things to get rid of the outdated name. First thing we heard that it might be the Warriors, then the Red Tails or the Klub. They settled on calling the team. The team can't wait to hear them bitch at the pub. We'll go through the season on a team with no name. It feels odd and kind of insane. But to a fan, it's all about the game. So I pray the team doesn't bring chick no pain. La 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 la. Take it home. La 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 la. Sustain, let it ride.
Let it ride.
Better lyrics than the original, and although you wrote those in 5 minutes, so that's more time than they spent.
Oh, I totally disagree. It's a wonderful narrative.
Okay, I want to say thank you to Chick McGee.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Bringing to my attention a little thing called Simply Safe. It's the home security system that you install yourself. No wires. And you don't have to get the drill out.
Jess is updating her system. She's going to order a bunch of cameras. And is that correct?
How many cameras do you have now?
I have 7.
Oh, 7. Okay,
that's right.
That's
I'm thinking about add another.
Okay, and tell me how do you find Simply Safe?
Well, it's so easy, Tom. You just go online, simplysafetom.com. I'll get to that special deal in a moment. But Simply Safe has everything you need to protect your home with none of the drawbacks of traditional home security. An arsenal of sensors and cameras and glass breaks and things to blanket every magnetic wireless technology, Tom. Every room, window, and door tailored specifically for your home. Professional monitoring day and night, 24/7, ready to send police, fire, or medical professionals if there happens to be an emergency. Set it up yourself in under an hour. Yes, sir. I say under a half hour. Peel and stick the sensors. And you go to the base unit, boom, it's hooked up. No weird technician knocking on your door, wandering around your house, touching your stuff. No contact, no pushy sales guys, no hidden fees, no fine print. All of this, $15 a month. That's where it's starting. And for a little extra, get that app for your smartphone. You can arm and disarm and check your house while you're gone. And we're not the only one who thinks Simply Safe is swell. U.S. News and World Report named it the best overall home security of 2020. Get free shipping and a 60-day risk-free trial at simplysafetom.com. There's nothing to lose. How much is that shipping, Josh?
It's free.
That's right. Simplysafetom.com only for Bob and Tom Show listeners.
Thank you, Chick McGee. Simplysafetom.com. Now, when we come back, we have St. Bernard news.
Yes,
Aww.
we do.
Twilight news and a letter about consuming Rocky Mountain oysters.
Oh,
when we
all
come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is the Bob and Tom Show, brought to you in part by Navy Federal Credit Union, proudly serving the armed forces, DOD, veterans, and their families. Our members are the mission, insured by NCUA. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, fellas. This is Floyd Tucker, the over-the-road trucker. This is Bob and Tom's program, 24/7.
Hey, if you get a chance, head on over to bobandtom.com and check out the video Throwing Shade by the Black Moods. It was part of our dumpster concert series when the Black Moods stopped by out in the Frigga Mall parking lot. It's awesome. It's right there. It was number 18 on the Billboard charts when they performed it. Oh, and by the way, there's also Dr. Chris right there up on 11.5-foot stilts. Did I mention he's water skiing? That's right. Breaking a world record. We have the video for you right there at bobandtom.com. You never know what you're going to see. Might as well check it out. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Rating AL Cy Young Award winner Justin Verlander has a strained right forearm and will be shut down for at least 2 weeks. Astros manager Dusty Baker made that announcement yesterday, but denied a report that he said the injury would end Verlander's season. He said Verlander would be evaluated after 2 weeks. The Texas Rangers right-hander Corey Kluber left his first start at almost 15 months after just an inning yesterday due to shoulder tightness. The two-time Cy Young Award winner threw 18 pitches, faced 3 batters. Colorado's Trevor Story walked and was thrown out trying to steal. Rangers said 34-year-old Kluber reported feeling the tightness in the first few pitches, and it got worse as innings progressed. Shohei Ohtani didn't record an out in the two-way Stars' long-awaited return to the mound for the Angels, allowing the first 6 Oakland batters to reach base, a 6-4 loss to the Athletics. Other winners and losers in Major League Baseball yesterday. Official games, Yankees, Detroit, and Colorado win an Interleague. American League again, Cleveland, Baltimore, Tampa Bay, Minnesota, Seattle, and Oakland. And the National League winners, Miami, Pittsburgh, the Cubs, Arizona, Atlanta, and San Francisco. President Trump will not throw out the first pitch at Yankee Stadium next month after all. In a tweet yesterday, Trump blamed the change in plans on his stronger focus on the virus and vaccines and the economy. Michael Thompson birdied 2 of the last 3 holes, a 4 under 67, and a 2-stroke victory in the 3M Open yesterday in Blaine, Minnesota. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Cubs trainer now comes out of the dugout, takes Schwarzenegger's temperature, gives the thumbs up, and we're ready to go. Posey adjusts the mask behind his mask, and here's the pitch. It's a comebacker to the mound. Cueto fields it, reaches for the hand sanitizer, disinfects the ball, and shovels it to first base.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Drew Hastings, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Now listen to me, folks, hear what I say. You got to eat your oysters every day. To put your love life back on track, the nature's own aphrodisiac was singing, ooh, ooh, yes, it's true. What a little oyster might do for you. Ooh, ooh, ain't it fun? Now here's some things them oysters done. They made Jim Beam, they made Alan Thicke, they made Jonathan Swift, and they made Gracie Slick, they made Victor Mature, they made Tom Petty, they started Willie Whalen, and they got Helen Rday. They made Tom Cruise, they made Oscar Wilde, they gave Gary Hart, but gave Gomer Pyle. They made William Hurt, and made Lucille Ball, made Wilson Pickett, and that ain't all. Ooh, ooh, ain't it true? What a few oysters might do for you. Ooh, ooh, ain't it fun? Now here's some more of them oysters done. They made Stevie Wonder, they made old John Wayne, made Saul Bellow and caused Thomas Paine, turned Clint Black, turned Barry White, made Doris's Day, and made Gladys's Night. I get a big kick out of myself. They gave Bob Hope, they gave Percy Faith. They made Marvin Gaye, but they made George Strait. They made Bobby Short and Lester's Flat. And hey, they even did more than that. Singing, ooh, ooh, yes, it's true. What a few oysters might do for you. Ooh, ooh, ain't it fun? Now here's some more of them oysters done. They got George Bush, made Bozo a clown. Got Bobby Barron, made Ezra Pound. They made Gallo Wine, made Merle Haggard. They made Andy Devine, and they made Jimmy Swaggart. This stuff's even funny in the morning.
Sure is.
Okay, they made Rich Little, they made Huey Long, they made B.B. King, and they made Niels Armstrong. And if you ask my wife, she would tell you quite gaily that best of all, they made old Pat Daly. Ooh, yes, it's true. What a few oysters might do for you. Ooh, ain't it fun? That's all about the oysters. Now I'm done.
Hey, 8:45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Thank you very much. Hope you're paying attention. Keep doing that because lots of other things may happen in that realm. That's all I'm going to say. Quick forecast from Christy Lee.
Q95, Fox 59 weather. Thunderstorms rolling in this afternoon. Look for a high of 90. Till then, plenty of sunshine. We're at 79 degrees.
Thank you very much. And as I said before, shots and significant amounts of cash could be coming your way, so pay close attention. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Happy to be here on this, the 27th of July, 2020.
There you go.
The madness continues. Coming up, we have a letter.
Oh.
On the topic of the Rocky Mountain oyster. But first, there's Ace, there's Chick, that's Josh in the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair. This is Tom speaking. Willie's over there, Christy's over there in different rooms, socially separated, as is Pat Godwin in the other building, and Jess Hooker at home. Right in front of her frying pans in the ferns.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about the whatever. It's plastic plant. We were.
I bet it's not plastic.
It's real. It looks like a real.
I thought he said it's a classic. It's a classic plant, Christy.
Thank you very much.
It's a classic.
Whatever. It's a palm tree.
Do you take dismissive lessons when you're?
That's right. That's right.
I need to.
The point is, you were discussing the the Texas Testicle Festival.
Correct, sir. Starts August 1st.
Where they eat
testicles of various animals: turkey, veal, lamb.
Yeah.
Turkey testicles make you sleepy, I heard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They do.
Yeah, okay.
They got to be kind of small, don't they? Like little popcorn shrimp.
Good point. Got this letter from Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
She is writing us going, I had a slumber party when I was in junior high. My dad made food for my friends. He wouldn't tell us what it was.
Oh,
all my friends were eating it, and my dad and mom walked in and started chuckling.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Finally, he said, these are Rocky Mountain oysters. We didn't know what they were. He was laughing really hard. He told us that they were, in fact, the testicles of hogs. I just about died. I never had another slumber party.
And lost all my friends.
Oh, my God. When anyone was ever over at my house, we had to order
Now
pizza.
my nickname is Hogball.
Thanks, Dad.
Signed Lisa Hogballs.
Don't you think this would be, in today's world, this would be actionable?
I think it would be really problematic.
Yes.
What'd you do over Lisa's house?
We ate balls, Dad.
Father's balls.
Yeah, her father thought it was hilarious and served us up.
That's not happening these
That is
days.
trouble.
That'd be a problem.
Right.
I would hope that would not happen, but yikes. Okay, thank you very much. We return to Christy Lee. Now, what other kind of testicles are they serving at this thing?
Turkey, veal, lamb. Those are three that, off the top of my head, I remember reading. I don't have the story
turkey,
in front of me.
course, they're called butterballs.
Oh,
that's right. Yeah. Certainly.
And that was right there.
Oh, that's, it sure was.
Sorry.
All right.
But you don't eat the kangaroo balls, right? Chip?
No, they make me jumpy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And mine are dirty, too.
Okay.
What? They come in a pouch.
Potatoes. Okay. Good.
Speaking of animals,
Yes.
some scientists hope that llamas might be the key in the fight against the coronavirus.
How so?
Well, thank you for asking, Josh. Llama antibodies have been able to fight off both MERS and SARS infections, so scientists say they have used them in a hunt now for a coronavirus vaccine. Llama's antibodies are easily manipulated, according to Dr. Xavier Salines.
Yes.
Salines?
He's a salty
Yeah, they all call him the salty dog. The old saline.
They can be
the
linked.
saline solution to this problem.
Yeah, he is a drip.
Are fused with other antibodies, including human antibodies, and remain stable despite manipulation. So
they think they can get a coronavirus from llamas.
they might be able to get a vaccine.
How cool.
Well, we've cured your husband, Mrs. Johnson, although he spits a lot.
But he has beautiful eyelashes now.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Gorgeous.
Okay. See, llamas spit a lot, chick. That would
Yeah.
be the thrust of that joke.
Yeah, I got it.
How are your potatoes?
They're dirty, man.
Okay,
Big and dirty.
Okay. Sorry, back to you, Kristen.
St. Bernards are known for helping rescue distressed travelers in the mountains.
Well, except for Cujo.
But,
Yeah.
of course.
Cujo killed like 4 people, I think.
But it turns out that's a Stephen King novel. We're talking
Okay.
about real life.
Sorry.
But it turns out a St.
Great movie.
Bernard was in need of some help off a mountain this weekend. A mountain rescue team has saved a St. Bernard who collapsed on England's highest peak. 16 volunteers took turns carrying the 121-pound dog named Daisy down from Scafell Pike after she had collapsed while descending the mountain with her owners on Friday. The rescue effort took a total of 5 hours and involved modifying a human stretcher for Daisy's comfort as well as treats. The team said Daisy was recovering from her ordeal.
Sounds like one of my dogs.
Yeah.
This would be Winnie.
Oh, yeah.
Every walk you go on about 100 yards in, I think I'm going to sit.
That dog is not a dog. That dog is some sort of alien spy. It's walking around. It's always staring at me.
You have to take a wagon with you to make it back to the house?
She will not. She hates going outside.
She hates going outside.
Yes.
She's a house dog.
She has to go to the bathroom, though, right?
You have to pick her up and carry her out, put her down.
And then she poops on the tile, not in the yard. It's crazy.
Instead of going in the yard, she'll not. Now her new thing is just as close to the house as she can get. She'll drop.
Right there on the pavers?
Yes.
Maybe she doesn't like grass. Maybe she has a grass
She
allergy.
doesn't like being outside.
Please tell me you got a hose, right?
Oh yeah.
It's the weirdest dog I've ever seen in my whole life. It's not a dog.
This the St. Bernard. I mean, same deal. I'm sure she gets up to the top of the mountain. You know something? I'm going to lie down.
Yeah.
This ain't getting it, people. I'm laying down.
Can you give me a sip of this booze around my collar?
Yeah. How did that start? That they had a cask of brandy around their neck?
Was that for the skiers when they'd rescue skiers?
Wasn't the old idea that it would warm up anybody who was, even though that's false, alcohol does not.
It's become kind of a cartoon standard, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course.
Right.
It's very, very funny. How did they tap the keg?
I don't know.
Was there like a spigot on the thing? You never see that.
Oh, boy, you can get that in the way of a great reference, can't you?
Sorry. Christy didn't read the bad part of the story.
Then don't even say it. The bad part doesn't exist. Let's move on.
Did she lose a paw or something?
No, she's fine. The cat that was chasing her's froze to death.
Christy, you're a practicing Catholic. Is there a Saint Bernard?
Oh, yeah.
Did the dog get the name after her?
St. Bernard is the patron saint of hairballs.
I don't know. I'll have to look
Slobbering?
it up.
Slobbering and hairballs.
Gotcha.
That would be rough.
Rough.
You're at, you're in the, like, you go up to heaven and you got to meet all the saints and you go up to St. Bernard. He goes, don't do it.
Yeah, please don't.
Everybody says, where's your fur? I've had enough.
Boy, me in St. Louis, where the jokes fly.
Every time. Wow.
St. Louis is the patron saint of toasted ravioli. Not a lot of people know that.
That's exactly right.
I love the toasted ravioli in St. Louis.
Do they ever spell out Saint in St. Louis?
Yeah.
Is it always ST?
In fact, there are some websites that insist on it.
You have to address your envelopes that way. You don't get your mail.
That's
Who's believing me?
That's not true. Yeah.
Saint Bernard is actually a French abbot.
Clairvaux.
An abbot.
Slim.
Well, I got some bad news for the French abbot. I Googled St. Bernard, and guess what? The first thing that comes up is all the dogs.
Oh, yeah. His full saint name is Saint Bernard of Clairvaux. So,
he could see things coming, right?
Yeah, he could.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, a French abbot, major leader, revitalization of the Benedictine belly rub.
Belly rub.
Is that right? Belly rub? Who likes belly rubs?
This says that the St. Bernard, they never actually did send St. Bernards out with a barrel of brandy. It was a made-up cartoon in the 1800s, and it stayed in the media ever since.
Oh, okay. I thought it actually did happen. Wow.
I can't get over stuff like this. When I was in England, we ate dinner across a church that was built in 600.
Yeah.
And now this guy was born in 1090.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's incredible.
How the hell do they know that?
There was a birth certificate.
Died 1153. Marked down from 12.
So silly.
Let's see. It doesn't say why they named the dog after this guy. He was known for his eloquence. Well, I bet he was thrilled with that.
But he did slobber a lot.
All right.
Thanks for naming
Doubling
this
down on that one.
big dog after me.
Went at it again.
And he was, here you go, Josh.
Thought we hadn't heard it.
Here's a slow pitch for you, Josh.
I really did. I'm thinking, well, they didn't hear
He was a Cistercian monk, Josh.
A what monk?
He was a what?
Cistercian.
Cistercian?
Go ahead.
A cistern?
What?
No, Cistercian.
Oh, yeah. He spent time at the Cistern Chapel. I know that's not where you expected me to go, but.
A cistern? What's a cistern?
A cistern is like
cistern, about $7 an hour.
It's a piss bucket.
Yeah, it's a piss.
It's a piss bucket.
Yeah.
Same as the Henway.
You crap in a cistern, right?
I didn't get enough for what's a cistern about $7.
Oh, I laughed.
I love that when Josh started on the show, there's now a running commentary of how we're doing. I love that.
There was that great old clergy band, the Pointer Cisterns. They were
they were good, yeah. They weren't they?
Wow, well, that's very nice.
That's very nice.
That's a dismissal, Willie.
Now, when we come back, Pat, we're going to revisit a little bit of a song.
Okay.
I'm very excited about that. And we have music. If you're a Twilight fan, more a-coming.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And
Sparkly Vampire.
And Thanksgiving news.
Oh.
Very odd and an important story in the world of retail on the way. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Got something to say? Send us an email. bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hey, everybody, this is Jimmy Pardo. You recognize my voice from the show and my face from television. You are listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, treat yourself to a Bob and Tom VIP membership at bobandtom.com. Full access right now. The live 7-camera video stream of the show. The Bob and Tom Show commercial-free and on-demand with our daily podcast. Plus, you get access to the Bob and Tom archives and the complete album library. Check it out now at bobandtom.com/VIP. We'll have more of the show coming up right after this.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk, suggesting a narrower pandemic relief package may be all that's possible. The White House is still pushing ahead with Monday's planned rollout of the Senate Republicans' $1 trillion effort. The Trump administration's top negotiators, White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows and Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin, spent the weekend at the Capitol trying to finish the package and say the agreement in principle has been reached with Senate Republicans. And the price of gold has surged to a record as investors move money around, and they move it into an asset that is seen safe during uncertain times. The price surged more than $30 to over $1,926 per ounce. It added 1.5% after breaking its 2011 record high prices on Friday. And Hurricane Douglas coming within razor-thin distance of the Hawaiian Islands, but the storm spared Hawaii the worst of the strong winds, storm surge, and flooding that officials had warned about. Meteorologists cautioned the hurricane's path could shift slightly, and Douglas could still unload its destructive power on the islands of Oahu and Kauai. They're calling on residents there to remain vigilant. Heavy rain and wind gusts battered Maui during the morning. Despite all the dangers, surfers rode waves and residents took selfies at a lookout point next to the ocean. And that's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Hey, Border Patrol agents in Texas seized $1.5 million worth of pot recently hidden in a shipment of ketchup.
What? Where'd they put it? Let me go get rid of it.
Had a street value of over $1.5 million.
Hidden in ketchup.
Ketchup.
Wow.
Well, there's the famous story from one of our favorites involving a woman who was caught smuggling drugs, hundreds of thousands of dollars of drugs.
In my nether region.
In my nether region, he goes, God, I hope it wasn't marijuana. See, that would be rather large cavity.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, this is Augie Smith. You're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
My workday's done. Go grab a shower. Let's hit the pub. It's happy hour. If we get bombed, who gives a damn? I'm not as drunk as you think I am. Those chicks right there don't look too good, but 3 more beers, I guess I would. It's either them or my right hand. I'm not as think as you drunk I am. So buy another round. We'll sit right here and drink them down. Get everyone another beer. You'll have to kick us out of here. Say, are you girls waiting on your friends? What did you say? You're lesbians. Bartender, cancel those 2 drinks. I'm not as in as you drunk, I think. This beer is moving like a train. I think my lizard needs a drain. But first I'll have a double shot. I'm drunk, you think, as you am is not. So buy another round. We'll sit right here and drink them down. Get everyone another beer. You'll have to kick us out of here.
102 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
She's Christy Lee. She's got the weather forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather, brought to you by CarX. We have plenty of sunshine early, then thunderstorms this afternoon with a high of 90. Tonight, scattered thunderstorms end, partly cloudy after midnight, low 68. Partly cloudy on Tuesday with a high of 84. 79 currently.
Thank you very much. Last night about, 7 o'clock, it was incredibly hot. And that's when you want to make sure your windows are nice and sealed as you pop on the AC. Window Nation celebrating their millionth window. That's right, 1 million windows from our friends at Window Nation. And to celebrate, what have they done, Josh?
Well, they're passing the savings on to us. That's right. You can schedule your virtual estimate today and get deferred payments for 2 years, 50% off all style windows, plus put zero down and pay zero interest for 2 years. Visit windownation.com.
Peace of mind. If you're like me, maybe you opened up a couple of your windows this spring and that rubber gasket part fell out, and then you realized there was dry rot. And maybe it's time to get some better windows. Window Nation. Once again, 50% off all styles. Windows just made for this part of the country because they know what they're doing at windownation.com for great savings. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Welcome back in the big room. Josh, of course, in the IHateStevensinger.com sidekick chair.
Hi there, everybody.
And the point of that is just go to IHateStevensinger.com and maybe get her or him something special for no reason.
Yeah, a just because gift.
It's been a rough year.
Yes.
Maybe a little something would be helpful. Across the way, it's Chick McGee, of course.
Hi.
At the
How about
Sports
ya?
Then we have Ace Cosby, our engineer, and the proprietor of the Ace Cosby Joke of the Day. This is Tom through the glass. My son Willie is over there. Hey, Willie.
Hey.
It's good seeing you. And then we have Christy Lee behind the glass over there. And
the Navy Federal Credit Union news desk.
Yes, looking good in that blue.
Thank you.
Blue color. And then we have Pat Godwin getting ready for a surprise song with Dean. I'm very excited about this.
Surprise to me, too.
And, that's your role.
Yes, to be surprised.
Yes. Yep. Okay. And then we have, who did I mention? I mentioned Jess Hooker is at home in front of the palm tree.
Yep.
And the frying pans. And,
she's in her kitchen.
Looking great, Jess. Thank you very much.
Where she belongs.
Get those shoes off.
Get your biscuits in the oven and your buns in there.
Oh, that is the worst song
You can
ever.
ruin anything, can't you?
That's a real song.
Yeah.
Kinky Friedman.
Kinky Friedman.
Oh,
Wow.
Thank
horrible.
you, Kinky.
Christy, come on. Don't kinky
Horrible.
shame.
If there was a morning
Don't kinky
when
shame.
Kinky Friedman was on, if
Yep.
there was a morning that Bob was madder, I can't think of it right
I
now.
can think of one other time.
Kinky had a guy with him.
We didn't know Kinky was going to bring his verbal
support guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So pretend you're Kinky, chick.
Put your biscuits in the oven. Actually, I'm singing better than he does.
Yes.
Put your biscuits in the oven and buns in the bed. What do you think?
Thank you, Kinky.
Yeah, he did that every time.
Every time
I
you say
loved it.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I would have liked it, too.
Now, I've got here's an obscure story for you.
Uh-huh.
There's a famous nightclub in New York City called Max's Kansas City.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
In the heart of the village. I went to go see Kinky Friedman.
On purpose?
Yes.
Oh.
And his opening act was a young kid with a dream named Billy Joel.
How awesome is that?
And it was about a month before Billy hit big.
Wow.
And I met Billy, and I had a chance. I didn't even get the thing out of I didn't get it out of him. I said, hey, Billy, I first saw you opening for Kinky. And as soon as he goes, Max's Kansas City.
That's awesome.
And he remembered, he got a big laugh out of it.
I bet Kinky never opened for Billy Joel.
Yeah, I bet Kinky was
you're
over there.
correct.
You see Billy Joel pulled over. He was driving down a street and somebody had left a piano outside. This happened maybe a week ago or whatever. And he stepped outside and he kind of started toying around with this piano that had been left on the curb. And then a lot of the neighbors came out and watched him play a little bit.
What?
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, it's a good piano.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Somebody put a piano on the curb?
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Kinky ran for governor of Texas. He's written some great detective novels.
He's insane. He's an absolute. I think he's legally insane. That's what I'm saying.
He's an interesting guy.
Still with us, Kinky?
Yes.
Is he?
Yeah, his
Christy,
synths are amazing.
Christy, you had a news story about was it Orlando? They're going to have people drive their boats up to.
Yes.
What is it? You rent a boat
Outdoor
or something?
cinema. Yeah, you get a boat that's 8. And then they're going to socially distance the boats, and then they're going to show movies on the cinema
There's
in
no
Orlando.
way these people are going to stay socially distanced.
Well,
tie
what do
them
you
all
mean?
together. And
They're not going to tie all the boats together. They wouldn't allow that.
Good luck.
12 to 24 mini boats could accommodate
Good luck
8 people.
policing that. Policing boaters is impossible.
It's not easy.
Well, I'm sure this is on a small lake in Orlando or something. It's not in the ocean.
So my question is, if it's a double feature, how are these people going to go to the toilet?
And go back to the concession stand.
No, they'll go right over the side, obviously.
Not if you're a girl.
Or they'll jump in the water.
With the alligator.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Go if you're a girl.
You can well if you jump over the side, but
You gotta hang your business over the.
Have you ever number one it off the side of a skiff, if you will?
Oh, for
Jess?
sure. Yeah, you use the ladder in the back and you hold on and you just kind of dip your bottom half in the lake and you go.
Was this for a major transaction or just?
No, you asked for number one. I'm telling you the number one story.
What's the number two story? Hi, I'm Casey King.
You wait till you get
This
to
week,
shore.
number two. I'm just saying, during a double feature, this could be rough. But
I could go pretty much all night without going to the bathroom, Tom. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
I can't. I cannot at all.
No, urinate? No.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Josh is famous for the defecation in the water and the Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah, not a moment I'm proud of, but it certainly happened.
I'm glad you.
And that's where this totally original song comes from. And are you guys ready in there? We got Dean on the guitar, and
Tom, are you ready?
Tom's got a musical cue. He's got a.
Yeah, nothing could go wrong here.
I am ready to go.
Train wreck.
Ladies and gentlemen, on percussion, this is Tom speaking. Here we go.
No. Dean starts it.
Who starts it? All right, rewind it.
Okay, I rewound it. We're ready to go.
Boy.
Tom, I'll show you. This doesn't count. This is a test. I'll show you, but I'm going to play this riff at
go ahead.
the beginning, but also at the end. You wait
All right,
till
go.
after I go.
Okay, go.
There you go.
Then you hit it.
That's right.
That was Cliff Note Theater. Sorry, stop it. I'm ready. Go ahead. All right, fellas.
Sitting in a bass boat,
Beautiful.
wondering if his BM would sink or float. No aqua dump. Thoughts are running through his head. If he can't make it to a John, he'll lose the lake instead. An aqua dump. It's a mess. It's in the hot sun. There we go. Prairie dogging. Hope it's not the runs. Oh, it's an aqua dump.
My actual aqua dump sounded better.
Can't make it to the dock. His brothers will be so shocked. If he has to take an aqua dump. The water is calm. And Josh is laughing loudly. Dropping a deuce in the chilly lake. Swimmers are screaming. Parents hide their kids' eyes. Anglers quickly flee to the other side. Wait. Now it's running down his leg. All we got is together for a big ending of the aqueduct. Shut up, John.
That was very well done, fellas.
It was done.
Yeah.
Last minute.
I think Dino was sarcastically protesting during his guitar playing.
That's it.
Whatever.
That's very nice. Thank you.
That was great.
Tribute to Josh having to do the aqua dump in the Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah, my apologies.
Okay. So you've never
Did it
had
float by-
had
did
the aqua dump then, Jess?
No, I have. I don't know if I want to tell this story.
Okay, never mind.
I know I was dropped off like in the wooded area, and I just went until I couldn't see the boat, and because if I can't see them, they can't see me. So that's what I did.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the old rule of the
Any other stories that start off with I was dropped off in a wooded area?
They don't end well.
No, the important thing is she's here now. Okay, let's not focus on
strangers with candy.
Wow.
Holy hell. That really escalated.
You're scared I have to walk out of here alone. That old joke.
Man, what a great joke. Man, oh man. Who wrote that joke?
It's a brilliant joke.
I demand to know where that joke came from.
Coming up, we have Neanderthal Man.
It's Neanderthal.
But it's apparently, and it says here in the Associated Press pronouncer, it's now Neanderthal.
If the Associated Press told you to jump off a cliff, would you
do it?
Please?
Yeah, I'm with Chick.
I don't know what you're scared of. I got to walk out here by myself.
Man, oh man. Where did that come from?
Also,
What joke is that?
tobacco.
I'll tell you.
We can't really.
Yeah.
It's beyond awful.
I see.
In every way. Okay.
Man, is it funny?
Okay. When we come back, also, besides Neanderthal Man, we have Thanksgiving news and a little bit of history.
Oh, of course.
From our friend comedian Reno Collier. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom.
5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
They put the F in professional.
Oh, that's right. The F in professional. That's us. Good morning. I'm Mark Allison at the Frigamall building, and you were listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. By the way, we have changed the replay. It's now an all-day replay with Christopher beginning at 1 p.m. Eastern. We will have Bob and Tom's show replayed, today's show. Get this, back to back to back to back. That's right, 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. You can hear the show in its entirety again and again right here on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hi, everybody. Christy Lee from the Navy Federal Credit Union Entertainment News Desk. Guitarist Peter Green of Fleetwood Mac has passed away at the age of 73. He died in his sleep over the weekend. Stevie Nicks, who joined Fleetwood Mac after Green left in 1971, says her biggest regret is she never got to share a stage with them. Peter Green also wrote the song Black Magic Woman, which is one of Santana's biggest hits. The hip-hop snippet of Chicago's song 25 or 6 to 4 that was used in a U.S. Army ad is now a full-length song. Chicago and rapper Real Name James have released a 2.5-minute version of the tune with new lyrics about finding one's inner warrior. The U.S. Army had used an abbreviated version in November for its What's Your Warrior marketing campaign. Chicago's Robert Lamb, who wrote the original song, says it's exciting to have his song morph into a powerful audio and visual experiences. And for decades, if there was a TV set around, there was a pretty good chance you could find Regis Philbin's face on it. The longtime broadcast icon died of natural causes Friday night, just a month before his 89th birthday. Regis did more than 15,000 hours on the air, earning him recognition in the Guinness Book of World Records for the most broadcast hours logged by a TV personality. And the last surviving lead performer in the movie Gone with the Wind passed away over the weekend. Olivia De Havilland, the beloved doe-eyed actor, died at the age of 104 at her home in Paris. She took home 2 Oscars during her career and behind the scenes challenged Hollywood's contract system, which often tied performers to their deals after they had expired. That's your news. I'm Christy Lee. More of the Bob and Tom Show is on the way.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
You don't remember Dr. Frank King?
No, I don't remember Dr. Frank King. What did he do with sundials?
Oh, he's a 76-year-old fellow at the Computer Science Institute of Churchill College.
Mhm.
And, of course, he's chair of the British Sundial Society.
How many people are in the sundial society?
That has to be the most boring meeting.
I remember we did this story. Isn't the story essentially people aren't relying on sundials as much as they once were? Isn't that what it is?
Yeah, he wants to get young people interested in sundials.
Bob and Tom in the morning and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, folks. Boom. It's me. And you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7. That's 24 days and 27 days a week and 24 like the show with the guy who whispers all the time and saves the world. And Bob and Tom 24/7. Hey, it won't blow up the world.
Today is every Monday, a morning college lecture. Taking notes on Socrates and other useless crap. From Kierkegaard to Nietzsche and all those stupid douchebags who couldn't find their asses with a flashlight and a map. I've heard it all before. I failed this class last year. I know exactly what this lecture needs. A wet t-shirt contest with the girls from Master Beta, the Kappas and the Thetas, and that redhead in my row. We'll spray them with cold water. They'll jiggle and read Plato. I'll cheer them on as Aristotle Jr. starts to grow. That's when I wake up. Monday mornings suck. Monday mornings really suck. It's another Monday morning, our weekly office meeting. I'm very much hungover and this room is really bright. My dumbass boss starts talking about how to cut expenses. I should have stayed in bed and tapped that girl I met last night. I've heard this crap before. I should raise my hand. I know exactly what this meeting needs. A wet t-shirt contest with the ladies from accounting, plus all the secretaries and that one girl I don't know. Jump on the conference table, we'll spray them with cold water. Their shirts become...
9:18 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
I don't know. Is Reno okay?
He's injured.
Okay, we'll find out.
Hell, somebody finally punched him in the face.
I'm guessing one of his fellow workers. I'm guessing 2x4 to the chin. A nice beard. Whack.
I don't care about the blue
2-second forecast, Christy Lee.
Thunderstorms this afternoon, high 90, 81 now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Car X Man.
Thank you very much, the Car X Man. Yeah, thank you. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Let's see now. In the big room here, you got your Chick McGee, you got your Ace Cosby engineer, you got me. This is Tom. Then you've got in that very, very fancy IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair, it's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
I look over Josh's shoulder, or to my left on the big screen, it's Willie Griswold.
Hey.
Got Willie G. Also on the big screen, you got Patty G.
Hello.
In the other building. Then we got Christy Lee. This pretty easy poem here.
Sure.
Let's see. Christy Lee, of course, is in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. And then in the lower quadrant of our TV, we have the lovely Jess H.
What? Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out a poem here. Anything rhyme with H? Jess Hooker. So. And then we have Reno C. Reno Collier.
Good morning.
There was some speculation. Did you get hit in the face?
No, I fell asleep last night with my wife watching Dateline, and I woke up like this.
You've got a big mark over here.
She said to say I fell. I don't know.
Okay.
I see.
No, I had a skin cancer thing cut out.
All right. Well, we went from domestic abuse to cancer.
I like to find
Did they?
Comedy's my game.
Now they took it off and then they replanted it where? Okay.
I don't know.
It's amazing what they can do with it.
I get the stitches out today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get those things. You got to get those things taken off. Believe me, if you've seen a picture of me whenever I'm anywhere near the water and I've got the total white face. I guess they put the Mark Zuckerberg. He was in the surfboard with complete white face like the Joker.
Yes, they did.
And there was one of me taken 3 weeks ago on Lake Michigan. Hey, speaking of Lake Michigan, I don't know what railroad to thank.
Something in Michigan, I'm sure.
Though I was at the Whistle Stop in Union Pier, Michigan with my I was with my little 4-year-old and the train came by.
Oh, cool.
So I ran out there. And as the train's approaching, and they're just, and I gave the guy the blow the horn thing, and he did it. So thank you. She loved it.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
that cause and effect thing. If you go like this with your arm, the guy, he takes that giant.
Such pure joy. I'm not trying to one up you, but it happened with the truck in front of me the other day. These girls were walking down the street. They were probably 5th or 6th grade, and they did the thing, and the truck driver blew his horn, and they just went nuts. It was so good.
She went crazy. It was the best. It's the same thing when little kids get a walkie-talkie. Even if the batteries aren't in it, they just go around the corner to the living room and they're in the dining room. Hello, Finn, I can hear you. There's such a pure joy. So whichever railroad that is, thank you so much. That's the second time they've done that for me. It's so
That's
cool.
great.
And then of course she drank all my coffee. Thank you very much.
Whoops.
Your daughter?
She's 4. This is the new thing. I go buy coffee, bring it out there, and as soon as it gets cool enough, all of a sudden I realize she's just grabbed it.
She's going to be short. She's little for a reason.
Yeah, I guess she's going to stay short. Reno, you doing okay though? Other than that,
I'm doing great, man. Getting ready to go back on the road this weekend, and
where are you going to be? I don't even have that on my list. Where are you going to be?
I'm going to be in Chattanooga, Tennessee, Friday and Saturday, and then Crossville, Tennessee on Wednesday, and then the week after that going to Birmingham, Alabama, and some stuff's still getting canceled, so that stuff's all still in the book. So I'm ready to go. I'm going crazy, man. I cannot wait. I got on stage for the first time. Well, not on stage. It was more like on creek. It was like in somebody's backyard last Monday. And it just felt amazing. Like I felt like a pinned lion, you know, and now it's just bleh.
Did you have trouble remembering Ron White's act?
Whoa.
Wait, not as much trouble as he has remembering it.
No, in all truth, did you have trouble remembering your act?
Yeah, I didn't really do anything old. I'm looking at this like a blessing. Like all the old stuff's going out and it's fresh. And if I can't remember it, then it didn't exist.
Reno, are you doing Corona-related material? And if so, are audiences interested? Or are they tired of hearing about it?
I didn't do anything. I don't really write that much topical stuff. Like,
yeah.
I talked more about how I've been flipping out.
Okay.
But not like, you know, hey, Corona, what a weird beer. Not like that.
Oh, man, that's funny. You got to keep that like that.
Wow.
That's gold.
That's funnier than anything you do. That's a great joke.
Yeah, you might be a Corona if.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, that's Foxworth. Well, I'll tell you what. This kind of reminds me of something today in history. Do we have the intro here? Hello.
Time now for Today in History. It's Tom.
Welcome back, Leonard. Hope your vacation was
Thank you very much.
In this state, in 1596, was he Sir Walter Raleigh, or did they make him Sir after he brought the tobacco?
I would think after.
Makes a smooth cigarette.
Walter Raleigh brought tobacco into England from Virginia. Wow, that's pretty amazing.
What year?
That's what's
1596.
So they didn't have tobacco in Europe.
Nope.
Wow.
And he coined the phrase "smoke him if you got him."
Yeah, he sure did. Yeah.
Not I'd rather fight than switch, that one?
That's an ad campaign that
From Terryton.
Terryton cigarettes. You guys are too young to remember this.
Yeah.
I only know it from this show, yeah.
The theme of it was, I don't know if you remember this, Reno, they would have a black eye
painted
on someone, male or female, and they'd be holding their Terryton cigarettes. I'd rather fight than switch. The implication being that domestic violence is a great way to sell tobacco products.
I don't know that they were saying that.
I don't know what they were saying, but I mean, someone was getting hit in the eye.
They were standing up for their cigarette brand. They're not going to let somebody take their cigs.
Yeah, cigs.
They used to have where it said like 4 out of 5 doctors smoke Chesterfields or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Remember, there's like a doctor. I remember my uncle used to always say that he was a victim of cigarettes because they didn't used to have the Surgeon General warning on the package. So he didn't know they're. I'm like, how do you not? You just wake up, and you're like, I better quit eating ham. What's wrong with you?
Sir Walter Raleigh. Huh. Now, let's see, what else? Oh, here we go. Oh, this is one of my favorites. 1866 to 1686. I'm sorry, excuse me.
Huh? That's going back.
1886 to 1866 to 86, they began laying the Atlantic Telegraph.
Oh,
one of his favorites. All that for that.
Yeah.
You don't like the telegraph?
The telegraph is obsolete.
Have you ever sent a telegraph?
He thinks that texts are called telegraphs.
I
just sent him a telegram.
I received a telegram in one of the final years of the telegram years ago. No, really.
We
believe you.
I don't. I'm just trying to make this go faster.
I have it somewhere.
Isn't that something? I wish you could find it. That would be interesting to hear.
Why don't you go look?
No, that would be very interesting.
As your dad once said, stop. Did you ever get a telegram, Reno?
I have not. I had a stripogram.
Is that true?
Yeah, not naked, but close for my birthday.
What the hell is that? Good as that?
Well, that sounds like a dress-togram.
It was kind of weird. I don't think they spent as much as they could have. It was like if they were flowers. It would have been like one daisy that was kind of wilted. This chick had obviously been doing something else for a long time. But it was interesting. It was fun.
All right.
I laughed.
We had that belly dancer. Remember that?
Yes.
She had that hairy treasure trail. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you'd think if that were your business, you would take care of that.
I think it was called hairy treasure
Go ahead
trail.
and shake the old belly.
Yeah, right at the belly button. It went south.
Why was she here? Do you remember that?
I don't remember.
You remember why she was here?
No, that was weird. It was during one of our. It wasn't on the air. It was during a meeting.
Right? Yeah. Somebody thought it would be funny.
Yes, I'm totally serious.
That was like
weird, yeah.
25 years ago. Yeah, it was nuts.
Here we go, Chick. You'll like this one.
Okay.
1940.
Yep.
He debuted in the short entitled "Wild Hair."
Oh, my man, Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny.
Absolutely.
Oh, those are the best.
America's greatest actor.
Never
Bugs
gets
Bunny.
never gets any better than that. Also, on this date, the great John Lennon granted a green card, so he was able to stay. And Tony Hawk, on this date in 1999, Tony Hawk, the first skateboarder to land a 900.
Wow.
Man.
In 99?
Wow. Now, didn't a guy just land a 1250? Or
Yes,
Yeah,
it was
kid.
something
Kid.
nuts.
Yeah, you're right.
An 11-year-old kid from
Kid.
Brazil, I believe.
So that means he spins around 4.5 times. Something crazy.
Some prodigy. It's incredible.
I've seen Tony Hawk. I went to see his show. It was absolutely the coolest. Now,
Wouldn't you have-
What
birthdays.
kind of show does Tony Hawk put
Wouldn't you have
on?
to go with like Tony Hawk and his trained birds or something?
Yeah,
Wouldn't you have to do that?
Was it a skateboard show?
Yeah. It was really cool. Called a show. It was very cool.
Wait a minute,
All right.
you bought tickets for this?
Yeah.
So one of your kids wanted to go, obviously, or was it you?
No, I went. They went with me. Did you go to that with me, Willie?
I don't know. Maybe.
I thought it was cool. That's in my opinion, that's seeing one of the world's greatest athletes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
What did he do? Just roll around on stage on the skateboard?
He did tricks on a skateboard.
Well, did he go through a hoop of fire?
Is there a matinee?
Didn't he go through a hoop of fire? That would be ridiculous.
Lame. Lame.
I've always thought if I practiced skateboarding, 1, maybe 2 weeks, I could jump through a loop of fire.
I say we find out.
I think fall through a hoop of fire. Okay, see who picks up this one. On this date, 1938, this guy was born, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, Gary Gygax.
Gary Gygax.
Gygax. Anybody?
Is that
1930 what?
1938.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes. How did you know
Good
that?
job, Reno.
I heard it earlier this morning.
Oh, that's easy. You bought the answers to our quiz.
Do you play
Peace
Dungeons?
Cosby method of joining.
How do you shave a carrot? My son loves Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, okay.
And
Dork.
yeah,
Nerd.
so
Never gonna
I
get laid.
cheated. You know what? He is a nerd and he has good grades, and I'm proud of him.
Lonely.
Shut up,
There
John.
you go, Reno.
Lonely.
I'm hanging on by a.
Here's a fun fact. Here's a fun fact for your son. When Mr. Gygax, boy, that sounds like an alien name if there ever
Sure, it's
was.
not
I
Gygo.
am
Is it
Gygax.
French?
I don't know. It's Gygax. It's
Yeah,
not EA.
Gygax, I guess.
When he was creating the game, his wife was convinced he was cheating on her. She followed him to a friend's house and found him in his friend's basement, hunched over hand-drawn maps.
God.
Wow.
Although he was married twice.
Going at himself.
Found 2 women willing to.
Put up with that.
Josh, have you ever played D&D?
Yeah, I did it once. Yeah.
I played once. It's pretty fun. I had a good time.
Yeah, it was a long night, and then afterwards I went, okay, I did it. I don't have to do
Does
that
the game
anymore.
ever end, or is it just an
Kind of
ongoing?
not. I mean, we could have continued on.
On this birthday, comedian actress Maya Rudolph.
Very
born in
funny.
1972. You know who her mom is?
No.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Lionel Richie.
Minnie Ripperton.
Minnie Ripperton, yeah.
Minnie
Remember that
Ripperton.
song?
Loving
It's
You
like-
is
like a
got her name. Maya's name.
5-octave range.
I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, it's the highest. That's
She's married to filmmaker Paul Thomas Anderson.
BTA.
That is correct. Also, on this the birthday of 75, it was Alex Rodriguez, born in this state, and Ryan Tannehill,
Future Mets owner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like
We'll see. Yeah.
Ryan Tannehill. Love Ryan Tannehill.
You're a fan?
Oh, he's a Titans.
Love it. Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, Reno, you just mentioned that you had some work done on your face.
Yeah.
And we would like to add it's about time. Am I right, everybody?
Thank you very much.
Did you see this thing about this guy in Florida? The Botox guy?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, let me find it. This guy's doing drive-through Botox. Here it is. Headline: Florida offers drive-through Botox to quarantined residents.
Huh.
This guy's name is Michael Salzauer. He's a plastic surgeon. Calls himself Dr. Miami.
Oh, God.
Doesn't that sound like the sequel to Dr. Detroit? He's offering Botox injections out of a garage in Bal Harbor, Florida.
Wow. They're just shots, aren't they?
Yeah, so he got the idea while sitting in his car waiting for a blood test. So he goes, the areas we inject Botox are the upper face, exactly the parts of the face that are are not covered by a mask, so it's really ideal.
In the face.
So he wears a mask, a face shield, and a surgical gown.
Forehead, between the eyebrows, those are the big spots.
Drive-through Botox service costs $600. And here's a testimonial. This guy writes, I had a couple of small creases on my forehead, and this is great. Dr. Miami took care of him. He also took care of a dent in my door and on the hood of my car.
Oh, how about that? All right. Like the suction cups, too.
Full service. I like it.
Yeah, Dr. Miami just sounds, I don't know.
He has no ego.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Dr. Miami.
It's a drive-through. By the way, I understand if you're really, really wrinkly, you can supersize your face. And they'll give you extra. But would you get the Botox, Christy?
Nope, not a fan. Never have.
Isn't that the same thing as botulism?
It's botulism that they freeze your muscles.
How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't get botulism when they do it.
No.
Okay, that'd be.
I mean, whatever makes people feel better, that's great, but I have not chosen to do anything.
Alrighty. And now, what else do you have over there?
Walmart announced it will close its stores for a day, Thanksgiving Day this year.
Oh, good.
Walmart said it wants to have its employees spend time with families during the pandemic.
Yes.
The chain added it will be giving out another round of bonuses for workers on the front lines of the coronavirus.
Bonus.
$300 for full-time hourly workers and $150 for part-time hourly and temporary workers. The move marks the first major indication of how this pandemic might affect Black Friday shopping.
Yeah.
Given that Walmart is the nation's largest retailer, other major stores.
Other places, if this thing continues, we'll have to space everybody.
I would like us to go back to Thanksgiving not being a shopping day.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
It should be a family day.
It did. It kept getting earlier and earlier and earlier.
Yeah, but then if you just go up to some stranger and punch him in the face for a flat screen TV.
Happy Thanksgiving. Let's trample everybody.
I'm not opposed to that.
Okay.
Depends on how much I'm saving.
Yeah, it'll be really fascinating depending on what the situation is with this virus by then.
Right. And, of course, the election riots will be going on then, too. And
Sure.
those fires will still be a-burning.
No matter who wins.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. No, it's just inevitable. There's going to be riots.
Yeah. Set the town on fire here. And these riots are brought to you by charcoal. Set your town on fire right here. That'll help.
Hey, today is speaking of fire, today is National Creme Brulee Day.
Oh, one of my favorites.
Oh, I love it too.
It's quite
Do you have that little torch that you can make your creme brulee?
I don't have a Burns-O-Matic or whatever.
Yeah.
I have that torch, but I use it to smoke hash well with.
Well, that's a little different.
One of the biggest mistakes that's ever occurred is the Bellagio putting creme brulee on their buffet.
Oh.
I won my money back, you could say, at the Bellagio buffet.
What's the record for creme brulee in a sitting?
For me?
Yeah.
I'm not proud of this. 6.
Wow.
I like that little.
Now, they're somewhat small ramekins, is what I tell myself.
Okay. So they do have the crust on the top you break through?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, it's so good.
That's
the best, yeah.
Do people ever make that at home?
Oh, of course.
Really?
Yeah.
Make it home.
Yeah.
Jess, will you make that?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we should celebrate.
She has a torch. Don't you have a torch?
You got to have the torch.
Yeah.
Well, I have the torch, but I got it for firecrackers.
Okay, well, you can use it for creme brulee.
Oh, yeah, that's because you're a lunatic. Yeah.
Torch? No. If you want to set firecrackers on, you got to show them who's boss. Don't be sitting there with little matches. Oh, the match went out. No, it did.
Yeah, and Boyd, you look cool in your safety goggles when you do it.
Safety first.
Like to keep my
Willie, have you ever seen him in the safety goggles making bacon?
Oh, yeah, no, he does that. It's not a joke. That's real.
Function before fashion.
Yeah. Making bacon and safety goggles.
Yeah, you gotta know. Hey, you ever get hot grease in the eye?
Well,
No.
I put it in the oven.
No, he's insane. He looks crazy at the beach with all the white stuff on his face, but I'm glad he's okay. He's a wild man, but I'm glad he's safe.
See, otherwise I'd be like Reno having chunks of my face taken off.
Right.
And then,
That's exactly right.
And then they
wear your sunscreen, kids.
Transplant it to his creamy white ass.
Gosh.
Now, you can't judge
You wanna see
Reno.
Jeez.
He's going to show us.
I'll show it to you.
See what you've done now?
That's okay. Your wife sent me the pictures. That is one creamy buttocks. Okay.
If she knew anything about technology, I'd believe you.
So Reno, run it by me again. Chattanooga, is that, what'd you say, Friday, Saturday?
Friday, Saturday, then Crossville, Tennessee on that Wednesday. And then a week from then, I'm in Birmingham, Alabama, like the 12th through the 15th.
What's the name of the club in Chattanooga?
Pardon me,
Comedy
boys.
Catch.
Yeah, the Comedy Catch.
Okay.
And then Spikes in Crossville. It's like a little outdoor theater place.
Well,
and then Birmingham's the Stardome. Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
World
I cannot
famous.
wait.
Yeah.
Good.
World famous Stardom. Yes, sir.
Oh, cool. Well, great news, though. You can get some comedy back out there. Thank you very much.
Yes, indeed.
Reno Collier. Okay, Reno, we're going to sign off. I did one more story I wanted to do, Christy, and I forgot to send this to you. Did I send you the one about the bees on the Jersey Shore?
No.
This is pretty funny. There's a photograph of this, and this person put a blanket on their beach chair, and there are thousands of bees on it. Thousands of them. A guy named Dean Blomer.
Blomer? I hardly know her. Come on.
He said the bees appeared not to be aggressive. He contacted the local beekeeper, a guy named Alan Brown, who responded to the scene and collected the bees after they descended on Cape May last week. How would you know who to call so quickly?
Yeah, no kidding.
Just Google beekeeper.
There's a bee guy right
I'm
there.
sure.
Why this towel?
The guy said the bees likely followed a queen to the beach.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, did the queen happen to stop on the towel?
Must be. But I mean, this thing, it's scary. It looks like a scene from a horror movie.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Looking at that thing?
Yeah, there are quite a few bees on the towel. Man.
Well, now I guess it's a beach towel.
Yeah.
A beach.
Whoever thought of that? A beard of bees. Why would you?
Oh, I've seen that. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I know.
Oh, I'd love to see it
How
in
did that
person.
start?
Love to see it in person.
And it's very important. Bees are a very important part of everything. So
yes, they are.
Be kind to your bees. You ever been stung by a bee in the face?
I have been stung by a bee in the face.
Well above concrete on a ladder painting a house?
No.
Yeah, that's not fun. You ever drop a bucket of paint? Okay. We'll come right back. We have the Pantheon in the news, of all things. And we'll also discuss Neanderthal Man when we come back. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Want to share something? Send us an email. bobandtom@bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Dr. Will Miller, and you're listening to Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, head on over to bobandtomstore.com today. For the foreseeable future, every purchase goes directly to Feeding America. That's right. Any hat, shirt, sweatshirt, whatever you find there at the Bob and Tom store, every single penny, every dollar goes straight to Feeding America. They help to distribute food to food pantries and kitchens across the country. They know where the needs are. They have a distribution network to get the food where it is needed. So help out a lot of folks needing food right now. So if you need a hat, need something, go to bobandtomstore.com. Buy now, buy often. More of the Bob and Tom Show and what we learned today coming up.
I'm Chick McGee with your Bob and Tom Sports Update. Reigning AL Cy Young Award winner Justin Verlander has a strained right forearm and will be shut down for at least 2 weeks. Astros manager Dusty Baker made that announcement yesterday, but denied a report that he said the injury would end Verlander's season. He said Verlander would be evaluated after 2 weeks. The Texas Rangers right-hander Corey Kluber left his first start at almost 15 months after just an inning yesterday due to shoulder tightness. The two-time Cy Young Award winner threw 18 pitches, faced 3 batters. Colorado's Trevor Story walked and was thrown out trying to steal. Rangers said 34-year-old Kluber reported feeling the tightness in the first few pitches, and it got worse as innings progressed. Shohei Ohtani didn't record an out in the two-way Stars' long-awaited return to the mound for the Angels, allowing the first 6 Oakland batters to reach base, a 6-4 loss to the Athletics. Other winners and losers in Major League Baseball yesterday. Official games, Yankees, Detroit, and Colorado win in Interleague. American League again, Cleveland, Baltimore, Tampa Bay, Minnesota, Seattle, and Oakland. And the National League winners, Miami, Pittsburgh, the Cubs, Arizona, Atlanta, and San Francisco. President Trump will not throw out the first pitch at Yankee Stadium next month, after all. In a tweet yesterday, Trump blamed the change in plans on his stronger focus on the virus and vaccines and the economy. Michael Thompson birdied 2 of the last 3 holes, a 4 under 67, and a 2-stroke victory in the 3M Open yesterday in Blaine, Minnesota. I'm Chick McGee, and that's your Bob and Tom Sports Update.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and Tom.
Cubs trainer now comes out of the dugout, takes Schwarzenegger's temperature, gives a thumbs up, and we're ready to go. Posey adjusts the mask behind his mask, and here's the pitch. It's a comebacker to the mound. Cueto fields it, reaches for the hand sanitizer, disinfects the ball, and shovels it to first base.
Bob and Tom in the morning, and highlights all day long.
The Bob and Tom Show, weekday mornings at 6 a.m. Eastern on Bob and Tom 24/7.
Hey, guy, it's Kid Tarmac. This is Bob and Tom 24/7. Kid Tarmac.
Sit down, my sons, I've something to say, like my father told me on his dying day. And now to my own sons I pass this along, for my time is at hand, and soon I'll be gone. Gets you, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. I've tried to teach you what's right and what's wrong. Be upright, be honest, be brave and be strong. Be kind and be true to the good friends you've made, and never turn down a chance to get laid. To the big ones, the small ones, the short ones, the tall ones, the skags and the hags, the free and the paid. To the rich ones, the poor ones, the drunk on the floor ones. If they're ugly, son, pull down the shade. But never turn down a chance to get laid. Boys, now I lay here, my body is broke. I pray that you're heeding these last words I've spoke. And as I meet my maker, I thank him for the chance, for me getting into all of your mother's pants. Do the hot ones, the cold ones, the young ones, the old ones, the street-walking hooker, the cook or the maid. Do the punks and the junkies, the grumpies, the frumpies. It's your father's dying crusade. Boys, never turn down a chance to get laid.
.com. Hi, 9:45 at Q95. It's the Bob and Tom Show.
Surprised?
Yes, I was.
We have Christy with a quick update on that weather forecast.
Q95, Fox 59 weather brought to you by CarX. Plenty of sunshine now, but thunderstorms in the offing for this afternoon. Look for a high of 90. Very humid, 83 already. Tomorrow, partly cloudy and 84.
Thanks, Christy. Also, your shot at some serious money here on Q95. We call it money for something, and the something is just listen. It'll be happening throughout the day, so hang out. Thousands of dollars at stake. You could be an actual winner. Once again, just give it a shot by listening to Q95 throughout the day. Coming up, I just saw Gunner in the hallway.
Yeah? How's he?
Doing great.
Good.
Looking handsome. Well, it's because most of his face was covered.
Wow.
He's standing right here.
Man, you have a way of words.
That's a shot.
Sorry, it's a joke. Well, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks very much for joining us.
Stop crying. It's a joke.
I was just kidding.
Josh Arnold's right over there. I can see him.
Hello.
It's the IHateStevenSinger.com sidekick chair where Steven says, hey, look, maybe just a random gift right now because we're all losing our minds.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, once again, the mission statement of our program. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Bob and Tom Show mission statement. You're welcome. We'll fix this. Sure. There's Chick. There's Ace Cosby, our engineer. On the big screen TV, it's Jess Hooker over there. And then it's Willie G. We can see him on the TV, although he's right through the glass over there.
Hey.
Pat Godwin in the other building over there. Christy Lee in the Navy Federal Credit Union newsroom. Christy, what have we missed today? We've got everything else, I think, done right now.
There's a new analysis out there of the genes of Neanderthals,
Yes.
which suggests that Neanderthals that they may have had a lower threshold for pain than the average modern man or woman.
But their genes, they did wear Levi's.
Did they? 501.
That's how long Levi's have been around.
Wow.
Scientists found some modern humans, mostly in Central and South America, that have inherited the Neanderthal variant of this pain-related gene. So that's, I guess, why they thought that.
So they were wimpies? They were
wimps.
Huh.
I would have thought the opposite. I would have thought they were much tougher.
A hardy bunch.
Yeah, they didn't even have shoes.
I remember the famous scene in the movie where they first come across fire and they name it, ow, Jesus.
Yeah.
Man, you sold the hell out of it. You really did.
Did they have religion, the early Neanderthal?
I don't know. I wasn't around.
Or did they like religious wars and...
I doubt it. I don't know what.
St. Grog.
I was wondering.
Like the House of T-Rex? What are you talking
I'm
about?
just asking. It's a reasonable question. Did they get organized? Did God come visit them?
You haven't had a reasonable question in 30 years, okay?
We've been talking about this kind of stuff. Is there a Neanderthal? Is there a caveman team somewhere? I bet there is.
The cavemen? That kind
Yeah, some sort of mascot for a team. The cavemen, the Neanderthals. Is that a thing anywhere?
I don't know.
I wonder.
What about Pebbles and Bam Bam?
Pebbles and Bam Bam, there we go.
What about them? Well, they're prehistoric.
Yeah, but they're not a team. That's not a baseball team.
Pebbles and Bam Bam were married, weren't they? Didn't they have a baby?
Brother and sister, weren't they?
No, they were neighbors.
Next door neighbors.
I know, I was
Did
joking.
they ever do a grown-up version
I
of
think
that?
they did get married, didn't they?
Did they do a grown-up version of the Flintstones where the Fred's
Yeah, remember that very special where
dude?
Bam Bam was peeping Tom? You don't remember that one?
Oh, boy.
Whacking it right there outside the
No,
rubble?
all right, I'm sorry. Could we move on?
Give him the old Stegosaurus slam.
Touching his Barney.
Time to learn what we learned on today's show.
Please.
Please, she says. Time now for things we learned, brought to you by Grainger, delivering the products. Hi. They keep your... Oh, no, that's Yogi Bear. That's not Fred, is it?
You are terrible.
Grainger does best. You're not even trying. Grainger's at it for 90 years. Visit Grainger.com for whatever you need, whenever you need it. Grainger for the ones who get it done. Tom?
Glad to have sports back.
Such as it is.
That's our sports director, ladies and gentlemen.
Way half-assed.
It's weird.
But the funniest story to me probably involves a guy in the NBA named Lou Williams.
Lou Will.
Who sadly, I had to go to a funeral. He was given permission to break the so-called bubble.
Which is the truth.
Yes, he went to a funeral, and then he, I think as Josh said, we all deal with grief in different ways. He went to a place in Atlanta called Magic City. It's a strip club, and he was photographed there. He claimed that it's his favorite restaurant.
Well,
Really?
He goes there for the food.
you never know.
3 Michelin stars. They don't give stars. They just give little teeny.
Little paste tires.
little.
Hey, I went there for the wings and I stayed for the breasts. Thank you.
Hello. So he's being penalized now. He's got to be quarantined. Classy move. Dr. Fauci will have his own limited edition baseball card already sold out because he threw out the first pitch. And he is apparently an avid baseball fan.
What a bunch of nerds buying those, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You know something? I like nerd scientists.
You do?
It's okay with me.
Of course.
Keep my scientists nerds.
No, but I'm just saying. You can call the guy a nerd. He's a brilliant physician and scientist. Good for you.
I agree.
And he threw the ball very poorly because he didn't want anybody to catch anything.
Well, he succeeded in that.
Okay, sorry. Let's see. Justin Verlander may be out for the season, according to the Houston Chronicle.
What's he going to do with all his free time?
He got his elbow problem.
Well, they're saying that, aren't they calling it a stretched wrist or something?
A stretched forearm was. I thought it was his forearm.
Oh, okay, forearm. Because now you stretched your forearm. I'm sure looking at his wife, Kate Upton.
That's exactly right.
Okay,
yes, very sore.
Very good. Let's see.
Masturbating.
Hubba.
Josh is complaining that seedless watermelons still have the occasional seed.
He's correct.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
You can't call them seedless.
No.
They're seedsome.
My God, that makes sense.
Yes.
There's some seeds, yeah.
A couple. Wow, how fast you eating that stuff?
Very.
You salt your watermelon? You put your salt on watermelon?
I don't. I have not done that.
I do.
I try it. I try it.
I don't either.
Love it.
I asked, did the go-around, how many of us have done a cartwheel? We had cartwheels in the news because a suspect in a crime in Florida apparently was cartwheeling around the police.
Yeah.
And Christy, you can do a cartwheel?
Yeah, I've been advised by my doctor not to go upside down anymore, but...
Oh, boy.
Well, there goes your weekend. We'll cover that
had to happen. Your doctor looks at you. Look, don't go upside down.
Yeah, you shouldn't probably do this
Now
anymore.
it's called a 34 and a half.
You doing the cowgirl?
That's a young man's game.
He stood you on your head?
Let's see now. We learned that the Texas Testicle Festival. I was close. The Testicle. Wait a minute.
Texas Testicle Festival.
Texaco presents
That's a mouthful.
the Testicle Festival. It's going to happen. They're
Yes,
not
August
canceling.
1st kicks
They're not
off.
canceling. And please, if we give you the signal, railroad people, please blow your horn. It means a lot to little kids. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Just got to get a hold of us. Call, fax, mail, or email. Get all the contact information you need at bobandtom.com. This is the Bob and Tom Show. Morning laughter just might be the best medicine.
If you want to turn orange Cheetos and watch some porn.
Bob and Tom 24/7. Ladies and gentlemen, Bob and
Come to the dugout. Schwarzenegger's temperature thumbs up, and we're ready to go. Posey adjusts the mask behind his mask, and here's